to launch. And we will go in 5, 4, 3, 2. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ken Duke Stadium in Medina for tonight's WKYC.com high school football game of the week. It's a battle of the unbeatens in the Greater Cleveland Conference as the 3-0 Medina Bees play host to the 3-0 Euclid Panthers. I'm Dave DeNatale, so happy to have you with us here. I am flying solo tonight. Dennis Maniloff, Mark Munch Bishop, and the cast of characters who are my partners throughout the year. Everybody's got the night off doing other things, so you get me all by my lonesome tonight. But you're in for a treat. This is going to be, I think, a terrific football game tonight between two unbeaten teams, the Battling Bees and the Panthers. Two tremendous coaches, two offenses that can put points on the board at a moment's notice. So I think you're in for a treat tonight here with these two teams. Let's talk first about the host Bees. Larry Laird in his third year at the helm here in Medina. This is his second go-around as the Battling Bees head coach. And Medina started off the year, beat Cleveland Heights. Well, okay, good start. They dismantled Highland in week 2 on the road. But what got everybody's attention, I think, was what they did last week in beating Wadsworth. Wadsworth, a team that we saw on opening night, high-powered offense, an unbeaten streak that had stretched in the regular season to over 20 wins in a row. I think they were at 23 wins in a row in the regular season and looked unbeatable in week 1. But Medina was able to get things going and keep it going to get the victory against the Grizzlies. So all of a sudden you're like, well, that's an impressive win against a team that perennially goes deep into the postseason. So you kind of take notice of what the Battling Bees are up to. As you spotlight Medina and you look deeper into this team, folks, I don't know if they're going to run the football at all tonight. I don't know if you may see, unless maybe if they're down at the 1-yard line or they're in goal-to-go situation, they may not have a run all night long. Looking at them from a tail of the tape points, they average about 28 points per game offensively, 381 yards of total offense per game. But when you look at them from a total offense standpoint, all the yards, they have 24 yards rushing as a team this year. A lot of kneel downs, because of course when you're 3-0, you've had a couple of games where you can go to the victory formation. But they do not run the football. They rely on Ryan Gillespie and the pass game to move the football down the field. Gillespie is having a terrific year. Already over 1,000 yards passing with 8 touchdowns. He's a 6'4 junior, and his favorite target is Luke Hensley, who's also a junior, a 6'2 wide receiver who's already got 30 catches in these first 3 games of the season, 513 yards and 7 touchdowns. But they'll move it around. Matt Spatty, who kind of is their back receiver type of thing. You know, he'll run the football a few times, a lot of jet sweeps, but he also will be available as a target. Jacob Nanoski is a good receiver. He is 6'6", so we'll certainly keep an eye on him tonight. Evan Story, who's 6'2". So these receivers are tall and they're talented. Nick Yankee, who I remember seeing last year when we saw Medina and Wadsworth play a year ago at Wadsworth, he's back and he's a big target, especially running those seam routes and getting himself open down in the middle of the field. So it's a formidable attack for Larry Laird's Medina Battling Bees, but especially through the air. Now, on the flip side, Euclid Panthers, likewise, they're 3-0. Now, as far as their offenses go, they're much more balanced. In fact, they are more of a running team than a passing team. But the Panthers are averaging 467 yards of total offense in these first 3 victories that they've had. None more impressive than last week. They were able to edge Canton McKinley down at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium down in Canton. And listen, whenever you have a long road trip, and that's a long trip from Euclid down to Canton on a Friday night in that stadium, when everybody's thinking it's under the lights, it's an NFL-type stadium, of course, from the Hall of Fame game, but it's also the place that the state championships are played. It's an intimidating, exciting, nerve-wracking atmosphere, and Euclid went in there and played very, very well. And that may have really been a game that could kind of elevate them forward. They were able to win on opening night. They beat Glenville, but that victory against McKinley was something different. So we'll see what they do tonight. Another long road trip for them, another road game for Jeff Rotsky's team, and we'll see what they've got tonight to deal with this Bees offense. But as we said, it's a different type of attack. They'll run the football a lot more. Jabir Mujihad is their prime running back. He has already rushed for 444 yards through the first 3 games. He's averaging about 6.5 yards per carry with 4 touchdowns. But Deon Valentine, the quarterback for the Panthers, can put it up. And when he does, the receiver he really likes to go to is Shawn Ivory. Ivory, who's only a sophomore, already has 29 catches this year, only for 176 yards. So that tells me he's kind of the safety guy. He's the guy, if you need 6 yards for a first down, they're going to Ivory. If it's a 3rd and 8, they're going to Ivory. And he may only get you those 8 yards, but he knows how to get to the first down. Armand Scott is a threat. Jalen Morris is a threat. Marquise Duckworth is a threat. So that's where we look here tonight in this tale of the tape, 3-0 versus 3-0. And in the grind that is the Greater Cleveland Conference, to get off to a start, to win tonight, you really feel like whoever comes out, they're going to have a leg up here. It doesn't get any easier, of course. You've got to deal with the likes of Menor, Strongsville, Brunswick, Solon, but to come away with a win in this game tonight would be huge for either of these teams. Medina won the toss, and they have elected to defer, so that means we'll see Deon Valentine and the offense of the Euclid Panthers to start tonight's football game. We are starting later than normal. Everybody's used to 7 o'clock start times across the board, but it's homecoming night here at Medina, and that homecoming features the marching, battling Bees. I think they're just the marching Bees, going through downtown Medina, through the center square, and then marching here to Ken Duke Stadium. So it's a march. It's a little hot outside, so the band needs a little bit of a break, so they give them that time between 7 and about 7:20 to get themselves refreshed, and then now they're already back on the field, played the anthem, and now we're set to go. But that's why we started late. It's just a kind of an unusual thing here in Medina, but we are set to go. Should be a lot of fun tonight here between the Bees and the Panthers. Ball is in the air. We are underway. That kick is going to backpedal the Panthers all the way into the end zone, and that will be a touchback as Tiba Fitz wanted to go over his head, and it'll sail back for a touchback. Deon Valentine will start at quarterback for the Panthers. Jabir Mujihad is the running back. Rasheed Evans the fullback. Shawn Ivory and Armand Scott are the wideouts. Jalen Morris is the slot receiver. Herman Taylor at left tackle. John Brown is the left guard. Harold Jarvis the center. Lance Miller is the right guard. And Steve Hall, big 260-pounder, 6'4", 260 senior, Steve Hall at the right tackle. So ball placed at the 20-yard line, and we are underway here in Medina. As I say that, we have an official's timeout. For reasons I don't know. They're looking at Armand Scott and telling Scott he needs to tuck his jersey in. Okay. I mean, we're already starting later than normal. We don't need to start any later. If you were with us last week when we were down at Orange, I mean, I think we started like 10 minutes late. There was an issue because we had to start the game early. On first down, it's Mujihad getting the carry, and a big hole to the 35. He's to the 40. He's to the 50. Breaks another tackle inside the 40 and finally knocked down near the Medina 30-yard line. 50 yards on the first play from scrimmage. So they're going to mark it right at the 30-yard line for Jabir Mujihad. Boy, nothing fancy. He went straight off left guard, and he gets a big gainer of 50 yards on first down. They'll go right back to him, and this time the Bees will string it out and bring him down at the 28-yard line. Ethan Silvas, the linebacker, making the stop for the Bees, but what a shocking play to start the game. A 50-yard run by Jabir Mujihad. Same look. It's an offset eye in the backfield. Valentine goes under center. And on 2nd and 8, he looks to throw, has a man open right side, and it's incomplete. He overshot Armand Scott, and Scott was covered by Jason Peters, and there was also another B who came over to help on the coverage. Medina wearing, for homecoming night here, really slick gold jerseys with green numbers. 3rd and 8 coming up here for the Panthers. Shawn Ivory will go out wide left. Morris is over on the slot, and then you've got Scott out wide right. Shotgun, Duckworth gets the snap, swings it out left side, pass caught at the 25, inside the 20, inside the 15, still on his feet inside the 10, and finally Shawn Ivory will be brought down inside the 10 near the 5-yard line. Just a tremendous job of open field running by Shawn Ivory. We mentioned on these third downs and short yardage or 10 yards or less, they like to go to him. First and goal at the 4. Give Meucci up the gut, hands over end, and he goes in. And he's in for the touchdown. Had to double check to make sure the ball crossed the plane. It did. And with 10:59 to go in the first quarter, Euclid marches down the field in an impressive 80-yard touchdown drive, capped off by a 4-yard run by Jabir Meucci. That is his 5th touchdown of the year. And he did much of the work himself. He started it off with the first play from scrimmage with a 50-yard run. Extra point. And it's a great story here. I'll tell you that the kick is blocked and it's no good. The kicker for Euclid is a young man from Senegal, Mamadou Bey. But by the time Bey went to kick, Medina had some good pressure in there and they blocked the extra point. So Bey not able to get it in there, and it'll stay 6-0 in favor of the Panthers with 10:59 to go in the first quarter. So a good start for this Euclid team, who's already on a high with the way they played last week at McKinley, and coming out right from the get-go here. Meucci gets a 50-yard run, and then a couple plays later gets the 4-yard touchdown run. But Shawn Ivory, again, it was a 3rd and 8, and it was good spacing really on that particular play that set up the touchdown. It was a 24-yard pickup, and that really put the Panthers there in the red zone and gave them an opportunity to score. So Jawan Jackson, Nick Yankee, and I believe that's Jason Peters all back deep to receive for the Battling Bees, as Bey will kick it off for the Panthers. 6-0 Euclid here in the first quarter on a warm night at Ken Duke Stadium. But unlike last week when we were at Orange, there is no threat of storms. That was surreal. Nothing like having the entire press box lose power during the course of a storm delay, as Bey will approach the football and kicks it off. Line drive kick, it's going to go over Peters' head and out of the end zone for a touchback. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Medina Bees at their own 20-yard line. Ryan Gillespie is the quarterback. We mentioned him in the pregame, having a good start to the season, over 1,000 yards passing and 8 touchdowns. Luke Hensley, Jacob Nanoski, and Evan Story are the wideouts. Dylan O'Deer is the 4th wideout, and then Matt Spatty kind of the, if they go to a running back, he's back there, but right now it's 5 wide, so Spatney wanting those out. So it's an empty backfield for Gillespie, 1st and 10. We'll check that offensive line in a second. From the 20-yard line, Gillespie ready, and he looks to throw over the middle, and that one's incomplete. Threw it behind his intended receiver, Spatney, who was being covered over on the right side by Ajay Cody. On the offensive line for Medina, Gavin Rodak at left tackle, Otto Wade is the left guard, Jack Pilarski at center, Edward Raylitz is the right guard, and A.J. Colts right tackle. 2nd and 10 for the Battling Bees at their own 20 as they trail 6-0. In the early stages of this first quarter, Gillespie again with an empty backfield. We will see very little running tonight, except for maybe a few jet sweeps. Gillespie will keep on 2nd down, crosses the 20, and takes it forward near the 24-yard line. Savion Jones, the middle linebacker, makes the stop for the Panthers. Panthers run out of a 4-3. Alec Reese, Eric Hodnett, Chris Edwards, LaRon Parks up front, Ajay Cody, Savion Jones, Andre Tillman are the linebackers, as that pass is complete over on the left side out to the 35-yard line on a quick hitter. I think that was Story who made the catch, and that's a pickup of 11 and a 1st down. Quickly Gillespie to throw. As he looks left, throws left, and it's almost intercepted. It's incomplete. I think he was aiming for Dylan O'Deer, but it was closer to Jacob Nanoski. But Nanoski was being guarded by Jaquan Phillips, and Phillips had a better chance at the football than did Nanoski. Malachi Davis and Jaquan Phillips, the aforementioned Phillips, are the corners. Tiva Fitz, Cameron Smith of the safeties. 2nd and 10 for the Battling Bees. Here's Gillespie looking right, throws right, and is incomplete. Overshot his man Evan Story over there at the 45-yard line. Gillespie's keyed up tonight. His throws And I watched him in warm-ups, too. I mean, there's a lot of RPMs behind those throws. Maybe a little keyed up here for this, and especially doesn't help after the defense for the Battling Bees gave up a quick touchdown to start this game. 3rd and 10 for Medina at their own 34. Again, with those 5 wide receiver package. Here's Gillespie. Plenty of time. Looking left, throws, and the pass is caught. For a first down right at the 45-yard line. Nanoski makes that catch, drags Cameron Smith with him for the extra yard, and gets the first down. Well done. And that time, Ryan Gillespie right on the money with that pass. So from the 45, here come the Battling Bees. Low snap. Gillespie's got it. He's got time. He looks. He throws. Nanoski with the catch. Another first down. Breaks away at the 40. And they'll finally get him down at the 34-yard line of the Panthers. Jaquan Phillips, I think, was looking for help there and didn't get it and had to grab onto the shoes of Nanoski for dear life and hold them. Otherwise, it would have been a touchdown. But back-to-back completions, and the Battling Bees are on the move. Gillespie looks, throws, and that one is incomplete. Trying to get it over the middle to Jacob Kazmarkak. And nobody home there. Cody was over there on the coverage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Score is already being, because we're a half hour late, we have a penalty flag. And it's on Medina. I'll back them up. I didn't see what the call was preliminary. It might be a hold. And that's been a problem for Medina this year. They've averaged just over 8 penalties per ball game. As they march it back to the Medina 49-yard line. I didn't see what the call was, but I would presume it would probably be holding. It was holding. Okay. So move it back to the 49 of the Bees, and now it's 1st and 25. Here's Gillespie. Being blitzed, sets up a middle screen pass, is caught at the 50 to the 45 and down to the 42 of the Panthers. Luke Hensley made the catch, and a good job by Gillespie to read that blitz and set up a middle screen for Hensley. As that'll take it to the 42 is where they'll mark it. Cuts into that deficit. It's still 2nd and long. Gillespie looking right now, steps up. He's in trouble. He'll be sacked. Back at the 49-yard line of the Panthers. It was a terrific job by LaRon Parks to grab him and hold him and just kind of get Gillespie to the point where he lost his footing and couldn't break away. Back it up to the 49. It will be now a 3rd, about 16? That's more than that. They need to get to the 26. That's 3rd and 23. Menor shutting out Elyria 35-0 in the first quarter. As here goes Gillespie on 3rd and long. Lofts one, left side. Pass knocked away, but there's a flag down and it's incomplete. It was one-on-one coverage. Tyon Parks was one-on-one with Nanoski. And I think they say Parks grabbed the jersey of Nanoski. You're giving up some height advantage there. And that's where I think that penalty is going to happen. And it is indeed penalty against the Panthers. At least I think so. They haven't marched it off yet. Mark the ball at the 30. It's marked at the 36-yard line. It's not interference. It's just defensive holding. So it's now 3rd and about 8. Here goes Gillespie. Looks, fires left side. Again, looking for the same pattern, and it's incomplete at the 5-yard line. Was trying to get to Nanoski. And at the last second, I believe that was Atiba Fitz, came over from his safety spot to knock it away, incomplete. Parks also was over there on the coverage. So that'll bring up 4th and 8. But they really think that with the height advantage of Jacob Nanoski, they can exploit it, and they have gone to him early and they've gone to him often. But now for Medina, it's 4th and 8 at the Euclid 34. Here's Gillespie. Late blitz, pops it over the middle, it's incomplete. As he was looking at the 26-yard line for Matt Spatty, but that late blitz is a flag down. I have a feeling it's probably a holding against Medina, so they'll probably just pick up the flag here and decline it. But that late blitz really kind of rushed Gillespie and caused him to make an inaccurate pass. It is a holding against the Battling Bees. Euclid will gladly decline it and take over on downs at their own 34-yard line with 8:20 to go in the first quarter. Brunswick leading Solon 7-6. That's a big Greater Cleveland Conference game. That's in the second quarter. Also in the GCC, Shaker Heights on top of Strongsville, 14-7. More scores here in just a minute, courtesy of my man Tyler Carey. So 6-0 Euclid for their second-day lead, and they'll have their second possession of this first quarter as Valentine will go under center on first down. Turns, gives, Meucci has it, and he'll cross the 35, take it out near the 38-yard line. So give him about 4. It'll be second down and 6. Hudson on top of Wadsworth, 10-7. That's in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Kirtland leading Cuyahoga Heights. As this time, that play, Meucci is strung out, and he'll be brought down for only about a yard gain to the 39-yard line. Now set up a third down and about 6. Cleveland Heights leading Lake Catholic 7-3 in the first quarter, and the Indians on top of the Phillies 2-0 in the second inning. As the Tribe has moved their way back into a tie for the American League wildcard spot, that second wildcard spot with the Rays. There's a bit of a delay here before we get this third down playoff. Jeff Rotsky, the head coach of the Panthers, saying something over to the line judge there. And there are 3 officials on our side. A sideline warning, I believe. Well, no? The penalty is against Medina, and it's going to be significant. I didn't even see that there was a flag thrown down at the 50-yard line. There's too many men on the field was the call against the Battling Bees. So march Euclid now all the way to the Medina 46-yard line. Another costly penalty for the Battling Bees. And some room now for Valentine and the Panther offense to go to work. Valentine will turn, give the ball. It's Meucci, and Meucci will take it inside the 40, keeps his feet chopping, and takes it near the first down marker at the 36-yard line. And nothing fancy here for the Panthers. As Atiba Fitz will check in, and Meucci will get a much-needed break. Fitz is a good running back in his own right. He's averaging just under 9 yards a carry. Valentine will go to him on first down, and Fitz will take it down to the 30-yard line. Gets about 5 more, and there's another flag down, and it happened as Fitz was on his way down. So we'll check on the flag. 7:10 to go, first quarter. 6-0 Euclid on the 4-yard touchdown run by Jabir Meucci. And the flag is going to be picked up. So it's a 5-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and 5. We'll check Medina's defense here in a second. I have a chance to do that. Back on the ground, it's Meucci with a big hole. He's inside the 20, inside the 15, breaks the tackle at the 10. He goes to the 5 and finally brought down near the 2-yard line. If you need the PA announcer, next booth over. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Jackson with the stop.
Yeah. You can give me first and goal from the 2. Meucci gets the carry, and I don't think he got in. He did not. And he's just shy of the goal line, 2nd and goal. And there's another late flag. 2 teams were kind of talking at each other as they were uncovering the pile. But Medina's defense having all kinds of trouble right now with Jabir Meucci and also with Atiba Fitz. Now we'll check on the flag. As we've got an official's timeout again. 6:32 now to play here in this opening quarter. I wonder if we may have offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct. Personal foul against Euclid, personal foul against Medina. Penalties offset, repeat the down. Okay. So it should go back, I would believe, go back to being a first.
There is a Nissan Sentra, license plate HOJ 5517.
And remember the Medina Police Department trying to give me that message, but it ends up being a message that the PA announcer needed. All right, On second goal, here's quarterback keeper, and Valentine will pop it into the end zone himself for the touchdown. Deon Valentine takes it in from 1 yard out, and with 6:25 to go in the first quarter, Euclid off to a 12-0 lead. Boy, nothing really fancy here for the Panthers, but they've been able to get their running game going early, and it's causing Medina's defense all kinds of headaches. Here's the extra point for Bay. Snap and hold are good. The kick is up, and this time there's no pressure in there, and the kick by Mamadou Bay is good. 13-0 in favor of the Panthers with 6:25 to go in the first quarter. Touchdown runs by Valentine and Meucci. For Valentine, that is his second touchdown run of the year, and Meucci earlier got his fifth. Now, the problem also for Medina has been some penalties. That too many men on the field penalty really hurt them. It got Euclid into their territory, and then got a run from Meucci and one from Fitz. And next thing you know, it was first and goal.
Jawan Jackson.
So, Jawan Jackson, Jason Peters back deep to receive for the Battling Bees.
Also Keon Johnson.
Keon Johnson as well back there, and Medina needs a good sustained drive here and get some points on the board. Now, unlike some other teams, and we saw that last week with Wycliffe, you know, Medina can come back if they're down by a couple of scores because of their offense, but you don't want to get Euclid in a situation where they've got a big lead, because they can just as easily protect it with their running game. As Bay, young man from Senegal, approaches the football, and it's a good high kick, but it is returnable at the goal line. Nope, they'll say it is a touchback. I think it was Johnson wanted to bring it out, and officials say, no, you're in the end zone, son. Go to the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 there. Happy to have you with us. Our WKYC.com high school football game of the week for week number 4, the game you voted on. 3-0 Medina, 3-0 Euclid. So far, the Panthers have controlled the tempo of this game with their running game, and they lead it 13-0. Back to work. There's Ryan Gillespie and this Battling Bees offense. From their own 20, 1st down and 10. As Gillespie gets the shotgun snap, and whistles blow, and there's a flag down over on the far side. And it's going to be false start against Medina. The Battling Bees came into this game with 26 penalties in their first 3 games. And that's at least 3 or 4 here in this first quarter. Low snap on 1st and 15. Gillespie gets it, fires one deep left side. He's got a man open, and it's incomplete at the 45-yard line. Oh, Hensley had to stretch to try to make that catch, and it just went through his fingertips. That was almost a game breaker. 2nd down and 15 coming up. That was a beautiful throw by Gillespie. It was not one of the better snaps he had. He did a good job just to get that low snap. 2nd and 15. Gillespie's got the snap. This time he's going to shoot one down the middle left side, and that's incomplete at the 45-yard line, and a late flag goes down, and there's going to be a pass interference. Kyle Maruna was the wide receiver, the intended receiver, and as he was trying to make a diving catch, somebody for the Panthers gave him just a bit of a shove, and you maybe heard the groans of the fans in front of us, and I think that helped to kind of convince the officials to throw the flag. So move the ball up to the 30-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down for Medina. So that gets them out of the hole here, 1st and 10 from the 30. Here's Gillespie looking left, flushed, throws on the run. He's got a man open, and it's incomplete, trying to get it to Nanoski running down the left sideline. And he was pretty well covered by Tyon Parks. And there's another flag, I think. Am I just seeing things? No, I think there's a flag down again. But that time you had pressure coming in on Gillespie, and he was flushed and had to throw on the run. Still got a good throw out there. There were 2 flags down. That's why it looked like an optical illusion. But it's thrown in the area where one might expect holding here. But let's wait and see. They may have gotten a late hit on Gillespie. I think that's exactly what happened. Because they're marching this thing up the field to the 40, and he thinks it's going to be at the 45. So that it was indeed roughing the passer against Euclid. So another Panther penalty on the defensive side, and Euclid has picked up, or Medina, I should say, has picked up 25 yards via the penalties. 15 yards for the personal foul, another 10, actually another 15 for the pass interference. That after a Medina penalty. 6:03 to go, first quarter, 13-0 Euclid. Medina now 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Gillespie gets the shotgun snap. He's got time. He throws, and it's incomplete at the 45-yard line of the Panthers. Right at the first down marker, Kyle Maruna trying to come back for the football. And I think he would probably say that was a catchable pass that went through his fingers. Instead, it'll be 2nd down and 10. Maruna will check out. And again, no running backs. 5 wides, 3 on the right, 2 to the left. Gillespie, low snap, he's got it, throws, and that's incomplete at the 49-yard line as he was being heavily pressured, trying to get it to Matt Spatty. And it's incomplete, setting up a 3rd and 10. Jeff Rotsky has dialed up a number of different kinds of blitzes here against Gillespie in this first half. In this first quarter, I should say, and it's made him rush the throw here. 3rd and 10. As Gillespie rolls left, stops, pops, and that pass is incomplete. It was almost intercepted at the 39-yard line. Actually, that wasn't Gillespie. That was Drew Aller, the sophomore, who was in there. And I don't know why he was in there, but I didn't see Gillespie take a hit.
Pass intended for Evan Story.
The pass was intended for Evan Story, and it was nearly intercepted by Jovel Woods for Euclid. But it's going to be 4th and 10 in a punting situation. Looking for Gillespie here to see if he was shaken up. No, he's okay. But Drew Aller's punted the ball quite a bit here, or he has thrown the football quite a bit in the first 3 games. As this punt will trickle inside the 25, and Shawn Ivory will just let it go, and it'll be down by the Bees inside the 20 at about the 19-yard line. It's a pretty good punt there by the Medina Battling Bees. That was Andrasic who punted the football away. Drew Aller, a 6'5 sophomore, he had thrown, that's the 14th pass he's thrown this year. He's 8 of 13 for 108 yards and 2 touchdowns. So it's not out of the realm that it may have just been a different look. You move Gillespie out as a receiver, and you have Aller as a different look in there for quarterback. But I think Gillespie's okay. He's got his helmet on, so he looks fine to me. In the meantime, Euclid will take over at their own 19-yard line. 5:33 to go in the first quarter, and the Panthers already lead it 13-0. Shotgun for Valentine, fakes to Meucci, swings it out left side, pass caught at the 15, out to the 20, to the 30-yard line. Flag goes down as the wide receiver is knocked out of bounds. That's Ivory near the 35, although I think they would mark him at the 31, but we'll check on the flag. It might have been a holding during that run.
Hunter Stratton making a stop.
You may have heard Hunter Stratton, the safety for the Bees, on the tackle. And Euclid is backpedaling here, so it will be a penalty against the Panthers. Medina's defense really led by their linebackers, Seth DeCola, Ethan Silvis, Dorian Boylan, and Nathan Spatney. It's a good group, including 3 returning starters. So holding is the call on Euclid on that run. It's now a 1st and 14 on the ground. Meucci is going to be taken down at the 16-yard line. Really, yeah, they may mark him at the 17 for a yard or so, but that's about it. Noah Nunn, the defensive end, on the stop for the Battling Bees. So give Meucci maybe a gain of a yard. That's really about it. 2nd down, 13 as we go under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Panthers lead at 13-0. I formation in the backfield. Hada is now in there at fullback, and then you've got Meucci, the tailback. Hada, the big fella. Valentine goes under center. On 2nd and long, he throws, and the pass is incomplete. Was looking over on the right side for Armand Scott, but as the ball arrived, for Medina, you had Nathan Spatty, the linebacker, arriving, and he delivered the shot and separated Scott from the football. So it's incomplete, and it brings up 3rd down and 11. Good timing on that play by Spatty. Now, I call him a linebacker, but I mean he's really also, he's more or less of an outside, he's a linebacker, but he's also a safety. He's 6'1", 230 pounds. So pistol look now for it. Now they'll move out to really more of a traditional shotgun, and as they get the play off, the play clock ran down, and there's going to be a delay of game. Now they'll say false start, but the play clock was down to 0. It really doesn't matter. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty and a 3rd and 16. Yeah, the Hankies have been all over the place in this first quarter for both teams. And it's really put Euclid in a bit of a hole here, that holding penalty, and now you've got the motion penalty. Meucci will stand behind quarterback Deon Valentine. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Now you got 4 receivers in there. On 3rd and about 15. Back to throw Valentine. Late blitz. Here comes Noah Nunn. He gets away from him back to the 5. He throws from the end zone, and it's caught at the 16-yard line. And a big hit right at the 16-yard line, and down goes Marquise Duckworth. And it was Nathan Spatty who again delivered a crushing hit. That was a long way to get about 3 yards. I mean, you give Valentine credit. He threw that off his back foot from the end zone and somehow got it to Duckworth, but that ball was in the air so long it gave Spatty an opportunity to come up and make the hit. Armand Scott will wait for the snap at his 2-yard line, and it'll be Jawan Jackson in single safety for Medina at his own 45. Couple of big hits by junior linebacker Nathan Spatty for the Medina Battling Bees. Exactly what they needed. High snap. Scott pulls it down. Is pressured. Gets a high kick, but it's short. And it's going to roll out of bounds at the Medina. Where are they going to spot this? This could be near midfield. I think they actually might put it on the Euclid side of the field at the 48-yard line. I mean, give Armand Scott credit. The fact that he even got the punt away, he was being pressured like crazy, was an achievement, but he got a good roll on that punt and ended up getting it. They'll mark it at the Euclid 49-yard line, so good field position for the first time tonight for the Battling Bees. They trail 13-0, 3:18 to go here in this opening quarter. 1st and 10. Gillespie waits for the shotgun snap. Low snap. He's got it. He looks. He throws, and it's incomplete. At the 39-yard line, thrown in the direction of Dylan O'Dear, and he was well covered by Cameron Smith.
Coverage by Taylor Haversham.
Haversham also there on the coverage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Just joining us, 2 early touchdowns by the Euclid Panthers. One by quarterback Deon Valentine, a 1-yard plunge, and a 4-yard run by Meucci. One of the extra points was blocked. On 2nd down, here's a run. You don't see it very often, and a good job to keep his footing and go out of bounds. It's Matt Spatty going out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Give him about 6 on the pickup, his 7th carry of the year. But just to keep that defense honest when you're playing for the pass all the time, and matter of fact, they'll keep Spatty next to Gillespie on 3rd and about 4. Back on the ground. It's Spatty again. Breaks a tackle. Brought down at the 41-yard line. Chris Edwards, the nose tackle, did a good job in pursuit to bring him down short of the 1st down. It'll be 4th and 1 from near the 40-yard line. Really about 4th and 2, to be honest with you. Gillespie gets the quick snap on 4th and 2. He throws over the middle. It's incomplete. Trying to throw to Dylan O'Dear and couldn't make the connection. Ajay Cody over there in coverage, and it'll be a turnover on downs for the Battling Bees. Good job by the Panther defense to clamp up after the Spatty runs. And with 2:41 to go in the first quarter, we go back to Euclid on offense. Man, Ryan Gillespie just has not been able to be accurate on those short throws. Some of them it's his fault, I would say would be his issue because he's had some time to throw. Other times he's been pressured, but just haven't been able to get those short passes to his wide receivers to keep the chains moving. So while Larry Laird and the rest of the Battling Bees coaching staff deals with the offense, Their defense back on the field. Meucci will get the carry on first down, runs into Noah Nunn, who will put him down for a 1-yard gain at the 42-yard line. Noah Nunn, a 6'4", 230-pound defensive end. He's a senior, already with 4.5 tackles for losses in the first 3 games of the year. A couple of pass breakups from his defensive end spot. 2nd and 9, and they'll go back to Meucci, this time running to his right. And the Battling Bees do a good job in pursuit. They'll bring him down at the 45-yard line, gain of 2, and it'll set up a 3rd down and a long 6. Meucci's been very, very important, though, to this Panther attack in this first quarter. A 50-yard run on the first play from scrimmage. And that really kind of got things off and running for the Panthers. They haven't looked back since. Meucci will move to the left of Deon Valentine. It's a 3rd and 6. Valentine being chased from the backside. He throws, pass caught. Ivory's got it, first down at the 45 of the Battling Bees. They'll put him out of bounds at the 42. But Shawn Ivory, for the 2nd time in the first quarter, on a 3rd down, they go to him and he gets that first down.
He picks up a first down.
We said the yards per catch, not huge, but he gets first downs. And this is exactly what Jeff Rotsky wants. So going to a 1.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. 13-0 Euclid, and the Panthers are on the march again. 2 receivers to each side. Pistol formation for Deon Valentine. Now he moves Meucci to his right. Wide receiver in motion, that's Duckworth, as Valentine looks to throw on first down. Under pressure, back at the 50. He runs to the 45, still on his feet to the 40. Follows his blocks to the 35, and out of bounds at the 32-yard line, close to a first down. Had to run about 18 yards to get about 11. It will still depend on the spot. There's a flag down as well, so we may have a holding coming up against the Panthers. But credit Zach Zaccaro, the junior, with the good pressure in the backfield on Valentine. It is a penalty against the Euclid Panthers. So that wiped out what would have been a 10-yard run. Might have been a man downfield. They're looking at Armand Scott for whatever reason. They'll mark the football back to the original line of scrimmage at the Medina 42. 1:02 to play here in the first quarter. Euclid 13, Medina nothing. Panthers with the football. And it's 1st and 10. More of a tight formation out of the I. Valentine under center. Feeds it to Meucci, running left side inside the 40. And he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. So about 4 for Meucci on that pickup. And it'll be 2nd down and 6. That might have been the last play of the... it might be. It might be time for one more. Antonio Sonego on the tackle, the nose guard. As we're under 2nd and 7, the ball will go to a different back this time, as it's Savion Jones getting the carry, and Jones should have enough for a first down as they mark him near the 31-yard line. And Jones has had a few reps this year running the ball. It's not just Meucci, but he'll take it to the 31. That's a first down. As we're down to 8 seconds to go in the quarter. And Jones will get the carry again, makes a nice move inside the 30, and he'll fall forward to about the 28. That's a 3-yard gain, maybe 4, and that will do it for the first quarter here at Ken Duke Stadium in Medina, where the host Battling Bees trail the Euclid Panthers 13-0. Touchdown runs by Deon Valentine and Jabir Meucci. The difference in the game, also a blocked extra point. But impressive start by Euclid, and I think both coaches probably say it could be the game would be different. Penalty flags have really been a big key for both teams in this opening half. While we have a second, gotta say congratulations to this year's Medina High School homecoming queen, senior Lindsay Leonard, as she was crowned before the game started, and I know her dad was very proud. He was the escort, Mike Leonard, former Strongsville High School basketball star. He'll be mad at me for saying that, but Mike and his wife Kathy, I went to high school with both of them at Strongsville, and they're very proud of all of their children, and certainly very proud of Lindsay tonight, the homecoming queen here at Medina High School. All right, so after that pickup by Savion Jones, it'll be 2nd and 6 as they'll move it up to the 27-yard line over on the left hash. 27-yard line of Medina. And Jabir Mujihad, after getting a break, is back in there at running back. Panthers will go with 3 wide receivers, including Jalen Morris on the slot right as Valentine looks to throw, has time, looks to the end zone, has a man open, and it's incomplete at the last second. Armand Scott had the ball separated from him by Jason Peters. And I mean at the very last second. It will bring up a 3rd down and 6. That's a terrific play by Peters. Because Scott had a step on him. That ball hung up just enough time for Jason Peters to get over there and make that play. All right, on 3rd and 6, the give is to Mujihad, and he's going to be brought down at the 26-yard line for only about a gain of 1. A good job by Medina to string out that running play, and really one of the first times tonight they were able to grab Jabir Mujihad and not let him get away. So the ball will be spotted just shy of the Medina 25. It'll be a 4th and a long 4, really closer almost to 5 here from where they've got it. Mujihad will stand behind and to the right of Valentine. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the right. Mujihad now to the left of Valentine. They'll give it to him on 4th and 6. Running to his right, he's tripped up. He will not get to the first down marker as Seth DeCola, the linebacker, came over to make the play and get Mujihad by the ankles and bring him down about a yard and a half shy of the first down. And Medina will take over on the turnover on downs, 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. We mentioned earlier the strength of Medina defense. I mean, Nolan Nunn is an excellent player, but it might be as a group, those linebackers. Spatty earlier in the half with a couple of big hits, and that time it was DeCola who trapped Mujihad short of the first down marker. Back come the Bees on offense. On first down, that pass is incomplete as Drew Aller was trying to throw to Luke Hensley over on the near side, and they're going to say Malachi Davis, the cornerback, grabbed a hold of Hensley's jersey, and it will be a pass interference against the Panthers. So we've seen Drew Aller a number of times here in this first half get some reps here at quarterback in addition to Gillespie. Gillespie came into this game, he's already thrown 150 passes, not counting the ones he's done tonight, already on the season. That's a lot of work for any quarterback, which might be one of the reasons why you give him a break. Gillespie on the sidelines right now. Aller gets the shotgun snap. He's back to throw. Looks right, throws right, and incomplete. Kind of threw it between 2 men, Evan Story and also, I think, Matt Spatney. And it was kind of in between them. They were both pretty well covered. And it'll be 2nd down from there. I think Jordan Reese was back there on the coverage for the Panthers. Got some score updates from Tyler Carey we'll pass along here in a second. As a number of games have already moved now to halftime around Greater Cleveland. 2nd and 10. Aller gets the shotgun snap over the middle, and it is caught at the 40. And going down to the 35-yard line is Jacob Donoski, using that 6'6" frame, able to outreach everybody for the football. And he'll take it to the from the Battling Bees side of the field to the Euclid 35-yard line. And quickly, Medina was trying to run a play, and Larry Laird saw something he didn't like after that first down and calls the timeout. That's the first of the half for the Battling Bees. But Drew Aller, the sophomore, comes in, and Medina needed some kind of a spark here on the offensive side, and that pass to Nanoski gets them into Euclid territory. Men are shutting out Elyria 49-0 in the second quarter. Solon leads Brunswick 19-14 at the half. Shaker Heights and Strongsville all tied at 14 at the half. Hudson leading Wadsworth 20-14 at the half. Boy, Grizzlies already with a loss last week. Imagine they lose two straight in the regular season. Hard to picture that, honestly. Cleveland Heights leading Lake Catholic 21-9. That's in the second quarter. And Kirtland shutting out Cuyahoga Heights at the half, 24-0. Also, Indians lead the Phillies now 4-0. That's in the bottom of the third. 1st and 10 after the timeout. Low snap. Aller's got it. Throws one deep right side. And there's going to be another penalty against Euclid for either pass interference or holding. The ball was in the direction of Evan Story. And I think that was Cam Smith who's going to get tagged for the penalty. He's grabbing on the jersey, and the officials just aren't going to let him do it.
Pass intended for Evan Story.
Pass interference against the Panthers.
On the coverage, Tyler Haversham.
So that's going to move the football. Another penalty, and that moves it up to the 20-yard line. And now, really for the first time tonight, Medina's knocking on the door. In the red zone at the 20, Aller gets the snap. He's got time. He throws right side. He's got a man open. Touchdown! Over on the right side, Luke Hensley makes the catch from 20 yards out. His 8th touchdown grab of the year, and Medina's on the board. It's Euclid 13, Medina 6. Well, that's what you like to do after a penalty like that. Strike quickly. And Aller with a beautiful toss to Luke Hensley. And from 20 yards out, Medina on the board the first time tonight. It's 13-6. And Ryan Miller is in for the extra point. Good snap, good hold. Miller's kick is up, and it is good. Miller now 12 out of 12 on extra points this season.
4-7.
But a good response drive by the Medina offense. Got a little help from the penalties, but also the pass from Aller to Nanoski really got them rolling into Euclid territory, and it's capped off by the 20-yard touchdown pass, Aller to Hensley. And suddenly it's 13-7. For Drew Aller, by the way, that is his 3rd touchdown pass of the season, and you know, they needed something, and Larry Laird decided to let Aller play that entire drive, and he was able to get the touchdown pass to Luke Hensley. 13-7, Euclid on top of Medina with 10:34 to go here in the first half. Just looking at those scores that Tyler Carey passed along, specifically in the Greater Cleveland Conference. Brunswick, you got Shaker Heights and Strongsville playing each other tonight. They're tied at half. Tight ball game with Solon and Brunswick at the half. And by the way, Strongsville and Brunswick will play each other next week as that rivalry is renewed. It's a good Greater Cleveland Conference this year. Between these two teams, Menor, obviously, that goes without saying. Strongsville, a Brunswick team that looks a lot better this year. Solon, which we know on any given night, Solon can beat anybody in Greater Cleveland, Jim McQuaid's team. And Shaker Heights is always a tough out. That's a good conference this year, top to bottom. Unfortunately, the Elyria Pioneers not having a good go of it, but I think everybody understands for the most part it's a good conference. As that kick from Miller is going to trickle out of bounds as it trickles over to the left, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 35 for the Panthers. I can tell you, by the way, we have our 3 nominees for next week's WKYC.com Game of the Week in place, ready to go. And that aforementioned Brunswick or Strongsville at Brunswick matchup will be one of the 3 nominees. And yeah, we would be Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium is always one of my favorite stops. So, and we saw last year in the opener, Brunswick fans really voted hard to get us to that Highland Brunswick game. So I would anticipate two very good fan bases will come out and vote pretty hard for that. So that's one of our 3 nominees. We'll tell you the other 2 here coming up. Excited about all 3 games. I think we've got 3 good ones for you to vote on this week at WKYC.com. At the 35, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Valentine will give to the second man through. I don't believe that's Meucci. And there's a flag goes down as the ball carrier goes down at the 36. And it was Meucci, okay.
Cola and Noah Nunn on the stop.
The penalty is going to be a face mask call against the Battling Bees. At least I believe that's what I saw. So it was Meucci on that carry as they spot it now at the 41-yard line. And it's essentially a 1st and 5, more like 1st and 4. Although it should be 2nd down, right? Yeah, okay, I think it's 2nd down. As Valentine play fake, he looks to throw. Now he's going to tuck, he's going to run, he's in trouble. Another flag goes down as Valentine goes down. Well, Noah Nunn just wrestled him down back at the 41-yard line. That was a painful no gain. As Euclid offensive lineman lost his helmet back at the 25-yard line. And I would imagine he may have also been the person. We have a personal foul against Medina. Wow. Well, that may have been why. I guess that's why when I say a Euclid player lost his helmet, I guess that would indicate that there may have been a personal foul where they threw the flag. Was right behind the huddle there. So that may indeed explain why somebody lost their helmet. a heavy-duty face mask. And that personal foul penalty will march Euclid all the way up to the Battling Bees 43-yard line. I mean, the penalties for both teams tonight have just been absolutely brutal. All right, Valentine under center. High formation in the backfield. 1st and 10 Euclid now on the Medina side of the field. Valentine, quick drop, pumping once. Rolls left, now fires long towards the end zone, looking for Ivory. He's got it at the 1-yard line. And let's see. I think they say incomplete. He had it, fell down, but I think as he fell down, he couldn't maintain possession. Boy, he had it for a moment. 2nd down. Shawn Ivory is a terrific wide receiver, and he's only a sophomore. 5'10", 160 pounds. He's going to get better. Ivory well covered. Caden Andrasic was back there step for step, but he almost still had the catch by Ivory. 2nd and 10. Meucci in the backfield. Actually, no, it's Jones will get the carry, and Savion Jones will take it to the 40-yard line for about a gain of 3, but that's really about it. Dorian Boylan came over to make the stop from his linebacker position. They're only going to mark it at the 41, so it's only a 2-yard gain for Savion Jones. 3rd down and 8. We approach 9 minutes to go in the first half. Euclid 13, Medina 7 here at Ken Duke Stadium. Euclid in the pistol as Jones stands behind quarterback Deon Valentine. Valentine with 2 receivers left side. And he's got one over to the right. Kenyon Smith, one of those receivers, as Valentine looks to throw. Lofts one in the direction of Jones on the left side, and it's incomplete. Pretty well covered by Andrasic, step for step. Yeah, looking for Smith. And Andrasic had terrific coverage. The 6'2", 190-pound senior just never let Kenyon Smith get any kind of room. It'll be 4th down for the Panthers at the 41-yard line of Medina. It's, in that position where maybe it's too close to punt. Obviously, you're not going to kick the field goal, so Jeff Roski says, let's go for it. 4th and 8 at the Medina 41 for the Panthers as we're under 9 minutes to play in this opening half. 4 wide receivers this time as Jones moves to the left of Valentine, and he's just going to quick kick it. He'll punt it over to the right. It'll bounce inside the 10, 15 I should say, and then it takes a Medina roll to the 16 so quickly. The Panthers go down there. Kenyon Smith runs down there with Marquise Duckworth, and they'll down it there at the 16-yard line. So didn't get the favorable bounce on the turf that Valentine was hoping for. But it will be 1st and 10 now for Medina inside their 20-yard line. Let's see here. I'm looking at both quarterbacks, Aller and Gillespie. We'll see who Larry Laird sends back in on this drive. I think it's going to be Aller again. It is. So mark the ball at the 16-yard line. We'll be 1st and 10 there. Bees will have 5 receivers as per usual. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Empty backfield for sophomore quarterback Drew Aller. He's ready to go from the 16 on 1st down. A late blitz from Euclid. Aller's just going to keep and run to the 20 and steps out of bounds at the 26-yard line right at the 1st down marker. Good job by the sophomore. And I saw Larry Laird, his head coach, just kind of motion him, come on over, run on over. He saw that basically the best play there, especially after the blitz, was just to run it, and he gets 11 in the 1st down. Aller this time is going to throw, stepping right, blitzed, and he'll just throw it away incomplete as he threw it in the direction of Luke Hensley. But I'm impressed with the sophomore, good instincts out there for the Battling Bees. Clock stops with 8:22 to go in the 2nd quarter. Euclid with touchdowns from Deon Valentine and Jabir Mujahid. And a touchdown pass from Medina from Drew Aller to Luke Hensley. That has been our scoring here tonight. 13-7 Panthers. 2nd down, Aller looking right, throws right, incomplete. Overshot Evan Story near the 40-yard line. And Malachi Davis over here on the near side on the coverage. So it sets up a 3rd down and 10. And again, you got trips to the left. And you got 2 receivers to the right. Aller looking to throw, being chased from the backside, in trouble, and down he goes back at the 21-yard line. Eric Hodnett, the senior defensive tackle, was chasing him and basically led him right to his defensive line. Hodnett, I think Parks will also get credited for the sack there, and it sets up a 4th down and a punting situation for the Bees.
Eric Hodnett with the tackle.
But that's good pursuit that time by Eric Hodnett to really deny Aller any kind of time to throw the football. Andresic to punt, and it will be Ivory in single safety at his own 45. As Andresic gets the punt away, Ivory makes the catch at his own 40, breaks a would-be tackler, reverses his field at the 40, steps up to the 45, and he'll be brought down right at midfield. A pretty good run back by Clayshawn Ivory. He can return kicks too. He does everything else right. And it'll be 1st and 10 at midfield for the Euclid Panthers with 7:20 to go in the 1st half. Euclid, by the way, has all their timeouts remaining.
Ball on the 50-yard line.
The other 2 games that will be nominating starting Monday for our Week 5 WKYC.com Game of the Week. Chardon at Mayfield. And also the Civil War up in Lake County. East Lake North and Willoughby South. That is a game I've always wanted to broadcast, and we might get our chance here. Depends on the vote. And that Chardon and Mayfield game is not a bad one either. On 1st down, Valentine fake hand up, swings it out. Ivory with the catch at the 50, left side 45, and he's brought down short of the 1st down at the Medina 41-yard line. Wade Schmidt over on there on the tackle, and he got a little help from Ethan Silvas. 2nd down and about a yard and a half. But they figure out every way, does Euclid, to get the ball in the hands of Clayshawn Ivory. 2nd and short, Meucci bar gets the carry, and Mujahid will get the 1st down inside the 40, and Jabir will take it down to the 37-yard line of the Battling Bees. So we're under 6:47 to play in this 1st half. Halftime, we'll showcase the bands for you, Euclid's band and the band of the Battling Bees. And back with you for the 2nd half. As back to Mujahid. And he'll take it across the 35 and keeps his feet moving down near the 31-yard line. I don't think they'll spot it just shy of the 31. But a good pickup of close to 6 on 1st down for Jabir Mujahid. He has been terrific in this game. He's the lone setback. Valentine goes under center now with 4 wide receivers. 2nd and about 4. Quick drop for Valentine. Now he pumps once, in trouble. Back at the 40, steps up, and a flag goes down as Valentine goes down at the 36-yard line. Good pursuit by Zach Zaccaro. Just did not let him get away. And it's going to be a holding penalty tacked onto it against the Euclid Panthers. I'm impressed with Zucchero. That's his 3rd sack of the year. Between he and Noah Nunn, that's a pretty formidable defensive end pairing. I think they had something to say to me by crediting the linebackers as the strength of this Medina defense, but and you throw Nick Manley up there with and Sonego with Noah Nunn and Zucchero, that's a pretty good defensive line. That holding penalty will make it 2nd and 23 as the ball goes back to midfield. So Euclid's got to get across the Medina 27 for a first down. 2nd and 23, Valentine will give it a draw, and Meucci will take it to the 47-yard line for only a gain of 3.
Nathan Spatty with the stop.
Nathan Spatty on the tackle for the Battling Bees. It's only a gain of 2, so it's going to be a 3rd and 21 for the Panthers. So if you're Medina here, you get a stop, force a punt, and you're going to have an opportunity here before halftime to get a sustained drive with 2 timeouts remaining in the half. And keep in mind, Medina won the toss and deferred, so they would start the second half with the football. 3rd and 21, Valentine rolls right, pressured from Noah Nunn, throws into no man's land, and it is almost intercepted. It's incomplete at the 28-yard line, and there were 3 gold jerseys at the football, and I didn't see any white jerseys nearby. Jawan Jackson almost came up with the interception. So 4th down, Armand Scott, I guess, was the closest Panther to the football. But on 4th down, it appears that it's going to be Armand Scott to punt the football away, and a good stand by the Medina defense. They've played better since those first 2 drives of the game that saw Euclid get touchdown runs from Meucci and Valentine. As Scott will get the kick away. Got pressure there. I think it was Andrzejczyk who got in there, and Jackson makes the fair catch at his own 17-yard line. It was Andrzejczyk who almost blocked that kick. So 1st and 10 for the Battling Bees at their own 17 with 4:52 to go in the first half. Now, give Medina's defense credit certainly for kind of ratcheting things up since that opening drive, since those opening couple drives, but Euclid has been their own worst enemy as well. They've made a lot of costly penalties, including that hold. Ryan Gillespie is back in at quarterback after taking the last 2 series off and having Drew Aller in there. So we'll see what Gillespie does here as he rolls right on first down. Pass is caught at the 26-yard line, about a yard shy of the first down, as that's Evan Story on the reception. And he's brought down by linebacker Andre Tillman. 2nd down, and they'll mark it at the 25, so it's 2nd and 2. So give Story a gain of 8 on the play. Empty backfield for Gillespie. And low snap, he's back to throw. He looks over the middle, pass is deflected, and it's incomplete. As I believe that was LaRon Parks who got a paw up there to knock that football away. And it'll be 3rd down and 2. As we're down to 4:20 to play here in this first half. I came into tonight thinking we'd have this would be a game that we'd see a lot of points, but the defenses, and to some degree the penalties, but the defenses have made good adjustments on both sides here. Looks like a bunch formation. It's a 3rd down and short, and Gillespie's going to keep it, but Euclid not fooled, as coming in to make the tackle was Javier Harper. Harper came in and just kind of darted in from his defensive line spot and marked him down for a loss back at the 23-yard line. That's a great play by Harper. Ooh, and then on the flip side, Gillespie on 4th and short just drew Euclid offsides with a hard cadence because the offense was still on the field. He drew Euclid offsides, and it'll be a first down for the Battling Bees. Great job by Gillespie. And a costly penalty for Euclid. 1st and 10 now, as they'll spot it at the Battling Bee 28. Gillespie, quarterback draw, nowhere to go at the 25-yard line. And it looked like that was Savion Jones and Javier Harper who combined on the stop. Markham back at the 25. That's a 3-yard loss, but it looked like a design quarterback draw to me. Back-to-back good plays by Harper, mixed in with the penalty against the Panthers on that offsides. 2nd and long. Here's Gillespie. Shoots over the middle. Pass is caught. First down at the 44-yard line of the Battling Bees, and Luke Hensley goes down there. But that's a first down for the Battling Bees. Ajay Cody on the tackle.
He's stopped by Jordan Reeves.
So move it up to the 44. That's a gain of 19 on that pass play and a first down. And Gillespie, quick drop, sets up a middle screen, and it's dropped by Story, I should say, at the 40-yard line. And it's probably just as well that Evan Story didn't hang on. He didn't have a lot of room to run with it, and it would have probably been a loss. It also stops the clock with 3:08 to go, and it brings up a 2nd and 10. Story and Hensley will go out near side right with 3 receivers left. 2nd and 10. They'll set up a little flanker screen on the right side. Pass caught. Story's got it at the 40. Ooh, took a big hit as he went into Panther territory at the 48-yard line. But that time Story hung on, and he gets about 8 yards. It looked like Malachi Davis came over to make the hit. 3rd and 2 for the Battling Bees at the Euclid 48-yard line. Again, an empty backfield for quarterback Ryan Gillespie. He's got 3 receivers left side, 2 to the right. Again, the aforementioned Evan Story and Luke Hensley over here on the near side. 2:30 to go in the first half. Euclid 13, Medina 7, and the play clock is about to run out here, and Medina is going to burn their 2nd timeout. Important play here. Larry Laird wants to make sure everybody's on the same page, so it'll be a 3rd and 2 for Medina at the Euclid 48. Larry Laird, in his 3rd season with the Bees, he, like Jeff Rotsky, has made a number of stops across Northeast Ohio as a head coach. After being an assistant for Dave DeLugas at Avon Lake, Laird came here to Medina, and in his 1 year in 2010, took the Bees to the playoffs at 9-3. And I think that was the first time they'd ever been to the postseason. He went to Avon Lake, 1 year there, 9-3, playoffs. Tough luck at Strongsville. Couldn't get the Mustangs going, 13-17 in 3 seasons with the Mustangs, but he lives here in Medina, back here, he teaches here at Medina, and very comfortable here in Medina, and 4-6 in his first year, 5-5 in his second year, and the Bees already at 3-0 this year. Out of the timeout, Matt Spatty will go into the backfield next to Gillespie on 3rd and short. Gillespie pops it over the middle. Pass is caught. Luke Hensley's got it on a little post and a first down at the 42 of the Panthers. It's a gain of about 6. They just needed 2, and it's a first down. Clock will stop to move the chains. At least I thought it should. 2:13, it's still moving. As Gillespie set to throw. He's got time. Looks deep right side. Wants Story. And it's intercepted, but it's out of bounds. Incomplete at about the 10-yard line. As Cameron Smith had some help there on Evan Story, and they double covered him. Smith, I think, was the one who made the pick out of bounds. And it'll be 2nd down and 10, stopping the clock with 2:03 to play here in the first half. Medina with the football at the Euclid 42, trailing by 6. Gillespie will again have 3 receivers left, including Jacob Donoski, 2 to the right. Gillespie looks right, he throws right, same catch there as it's Luke Hensley, again able to kind of muscle his way past Malachi Davis on that little post pattern, and he gets the first down to the 26-yard line. That time he was able to get extra yards and break 3 and gets about 16 on the pickup. Gillespie to Hensley, a combination that has worked all season for the Battling Bees, and now they're inside the Euclid 30-yard line. Clock stops for reasons I don't know here. Now it's off and running again. As Spatty will stand to the left of Gillespie on first down. Spatty will get the carry, runs to the 25, breaks away at the 20. He steps into the 15 and out of bounds near the 11-yard line. Matt Spatty gets about 15 on that pickup and a first down for the Battling Bees. As they'll mark him just shy of the 10-yard line. With 1:26 to go, clock stops to move the chains again. And I think a timeout taken by the Panthers, and they need it here. Yeah, First timeout of the second quarter of the first half for the Panthers. I think Jeff Rotsky realized his defense was getting a little gassed. So it sets up a 1st and goal right at the 10-yard line with 1:26 to go in the first half. As Medina 6 points away from tying the ball game. If you're just joining us, Euclid drew first blood after a 50-yard run to start the game by running back Jabir Mujahid. Got them near the red zone. Mujahid took it in from 4 yards out. Extra point blocked to make it 6-0. And then on Euclid's next drive, quarterback Deon Valentine plunged it in from just about a yard out. Extra point good to make it 13-0. And then here in the second quarter, Drew Aller, a 20-yard touchdown pass from Medina to Luke Hensley. Extra point good. That's where we stand now, 13-7, with Medina knocking on the door, threatening to tie and possibly take the lead. 1st and goal from the 10. Story goes in motion right to left. Gillespie looks left, throws, and went through the hands of an intended Medina receiver, and it was almost intercepted. I think Spatty was the intended receiver, and he is slow to get up. But it was thrown too high for Spatty, and he is a little bit shaken up, and Medina's going to have to get another back in there as Jacob Kasmarkak will come in. And it will be, and I think one of the trainers is going to come out to make sure Matt Spatty can get off the field under his own power okay. He just looked like he got shaken up a little bit trying to leap up and make that catch. So 2nd and goal now from the 10. 2 receivers to the right. Hensley and Story, and you've got 3 receivers left side. Story in motion as Gillespie looks to his right, in trouble, throws to the end zone. He just throws it away as he was being pressured. Savion Jones grabbed a hold of him and made him throw away the football. Incomplete, stops the clock with 1:13 to go here in the second quarter, and it brings up 3rd and goal from the 10. But good pressure that time by Savion Jones, and I'm looking down at Matt Spatty and being tended to by one of the trainers over here on the near side and sitting on the bench. And also there was a penalty apparently on the play, and I believe it was holding against Medina. It's going to march them back from the 10 all the way back to the 26, 10 yards from the spot. And now it is going to be, I believe, 2nd and goal now from the 26-yard line. That's 3rd and goal. That's right. It should be. Okay, it is 3rd and goal. Here's Gillespie looking, firing. Pass is incomplete. You had 2 receivers in the pattern. One of them was Hensley, and the other was Kyle Maruna. I think Hensley was the intended receiver, but Maruna had kind of gotten into the pattern as well. So it's going to be 4th and goal from the 26. It would be a 43-yard field goal attempt. Ryan Miller is 2 for 2 from field goals this year, but as long as 28. So it's really too far to kick the field goal with 1:06 left. You're going to have to just go for it and dial up a play here. And Medina has a timeout to work with. Larry Laird's just going to use it and figure out here what they want to call. 4th and goal from the 26. Now, every coach, you have plays for specific situations, but there aren't too many times where you've got a 4th and goal from that far back. But that's the case here, and that's what Medina is going to have to do. But one of the things you do is if you shoot it to the end zone, there's always the risk that you can get a Euclid player to maybe commit an interference. And we've certainly seen that. I think last week, if you were joining us for the Wycliffe-Orange game, Wycliffe had a 4th and goal at the 20 and ended up throwing a wheel route for a touchdown. So it is possible. 4th and goal from the 26 for the Battling Bees. Empty backfield for Gillespie. He looks to throw. Fires left side to the end zone. He's got a man there. It is caught. Touchdown! Touchdown! Unbelievable! From 26 yards out, Kyle Morota's got it. Unbelievable.
Pass complete to Kyle Maruna.
What a catch by Kyle Maruna, the 6'2 senior. And Gillespie, give him a ton of credit. That is his 9th touchdown pass of the year. He just threw it basically to a spot in the end zone, and you had 2 battling bees kind of running for it, and it was Maruna who ended up making the catch. For Kyle Maruna, that is his first touchdown catch of the season, and I guarantee he won't have another one quite like that. Unbelievable. We are all tied at 13 after that touchdown grab. The officials are having a little powwow after that. I know why, because there's somebody down for the Panthers in the back of the end zone. Okay, well that makes sense. 26-yard touchdown pass on 4th and goal from the 26-yard line. For the second week in a row, we see a touchdown in that sequence. Unbelievable. And the young man for the Panthers, I think it was Jaquan Phillips, is okay. He's off the field, helmet's off. He's walking off under his own power. And with 57 seconds to go before halftime, Medina an extra point away from grabbing the lead. You know, after nothing seemed to go right for the Battling Bees to start the game, they've relaxed. They've made some adjustments on defense, certainly. And both of their quarterbacks, as the extra point for Miller is up, and it is good. And Medina has the lead, 14-13. But both Aller and Gillespie leading their team on touchdown drives and both throwing touchdown passes. And suddenly we've got a new ball game, and the Bees, by virtue of that blocked extra point, have a 1-point advantage, 14-13. How quickly things can change. But that drive helped out, I think, largely by the fact that Ryan Gillespie was able to get some confidence throwing to Luke Hensley. And you know, it's a combination that coming into tonight had worked 30 times already this year. And I think once they kind of got that little slant pattern going for them, it turned out to be their bread and butter. And despite the penalties, and they've been able to, you know, both teams have been able to make some things happen tonight despite lots of penalties. On that 4th and goal from the 26, Gillespie able to get the touchdown pass. Maruna got it, and we've got a new ball game. And again, keep in mind, Medina won the toss and deferred, so they'll start the second half with the football and presumably with the momentum here, unless Euclid does something with under a minute to go before halftime. As Nick West will kick it off. And we are set to go here. This kick will be fielded at about the 2-yard line. As coming up to the 20 and to the 22-yard line was Duckworth. And he'll take it as far as the 22-yard line and go down there. Jason Peters on the tackle on special teams for the Battling Bees. So the ball will be spotted at about the 22. And they actually may give him an extra yard here, but not a lot of time for Euclid. 50.6 seconds to go. Oh, and there was a penalty on the Panthers too. I don't know if it was a trip or a clip. I think it was a clipping penalty. So, surprise, surprise, we have another penalty flag. Yeah, it's amazing with two teams that are. I can't imagine two coaches like Jeff Rotsky and Larry Laird, disciplinarians who could be pleased with this many penalties on both sides. However, I mean, both teams coming into tonight 3-0, and it's been good stuff here on the first half. Valentine will turn on first down. Gives the ball running right side. Mujahid has it, and he gets a big big chunk of yardage across the 35, and they'll mark him out near the 37-yard line. 26 big ones there for Jabir and Mujahid. As they'll mark him at the 37. 42.8 seconds to go. And I'll tell you what, you get another one like that, you can start taking some shots. Mujahid will get the carry again. This time he's going to be tripped up in the backfield and brought down as a timeout is taken by the Panthers. They've got one more remaining. I think that was Seth DeCola who came in there to make the stop. Boylan also over there to help finish off the play. It'll be second down and about 9 with 38 seconds to play here in the first half. 14-13 Medina leading Euclid. Happy to have you with us tonight on WKYC.com, on our WKYC app, Facebook Live, and YouTube. I'm Dave DeNatale. It's a pleasure to be here tonight at Ken Duke Stadium on homecoming night. That's why we started 30 minutes later than normal. If you might be just logging in here and wondering why we're not like already in the third quarter. We started this game with a 7:30 kickoff because it's homecoming, and one of the traditions here in Medina is they have the band kind of march through the square and downtown area and then in here to Ken Duke Stadium. And gives them they get a little bit of a break here before they start the game, so we start 30 minutes later than normal. Out of the timeout, Euclid has one remaining, 2nd and 9. Valentine pumping once, under pressure, rolls right, throws, pass caught at the 50-yard line to the 45-40, inside the 35, still on his feet, and finally out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Over there on the far side, that's Marquise Duckworth. And very quickly now, Euclid inside the Medina 35. A run by Mujahid and a pass from Valentine to Duckworth. They lost where Marquise Duckworth, I almost call him Kevin Duckworth, thinking of the old Portland Trailblazer, but Marquise Duckworth was, and he gets 25 yards. Ball now at the Battling Bees 33 with 26 seconds to go in the half. Again, Euclid with one timeout remaining. Valentine looking left, throwing left, and it's caught by Ivory at the 15. Makes a great move inside the 10 and knocked out of bounds. It'll be first and goal as Shawn Ivory. Again, the go-to man for Deon Valentine. They'll spot it at the 7. It'll be first and goal there with 18 seconds to go before halftime. 3 plays for the Panthers. A run by Mujahid, a pass to Duckworth, and a pass to Ivory. And quickly the Panthers are knocking on the door. I mean, this has been with the 32 seconds to run those 3 plays. Very time-efficient drive on first and goal. Valentine looks back of the end zone, and it's knocked away. It's incomplete. Over there on the far side, Jason Peters made the play, and I think it was either Duckworth or Morris. They said it was Scott. Was that 2? Yes, it was Scott. Okay. 2nd and goal from the 7. 12 and a half seconds now to play in this first half. It'll be a pistol formation now as Mujahid now will move to the right of quarterback Deon Valentine. Rolls left. Valentine pops into the back of the end zone. It's incomplete, looking for Armand Scott in the back of the end zone. Peters again over there on the coverage. And the pressure there from the defense forced that high throw. And with 4 seconds to go, it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 7. And Jeff Rotsky might send in his field goal unit here. I don't blame him. Take the points. With 4 seconds to go, they do have a timeout remaining, but understanding here, you probably wouldn't get a 4th down. So, and officials, I think, are going to, Euclid's going to take a timeout. Just, I'm sure to think about it for sure, but the one thing, when you see Mamadou Bey, he can kick. Young man from Senegal. We've seen his kickoffs tonight. We've seen his extra points. Yeah, he's impressive. And this would only be about a 24-yard attempt. But Jeff Rotsky playing the percentages saying, look, I've only got 4 seconds left. I want my team to get the lead before halftime. and not leave points out on the field. But keep in mind, after Euclid's first touchdown of the game, the extra point was blocked. So Medina has gotten some pressure in the face of Mamadou Bey. They'll mark it again at the 14, so it's a 24-yard attempt for Mamadou Bey. The senior will put the kick up, and it is good. We go to halftime with Euclid in the lead, 16-14, a 24-yard field goal for Mamadou Bey. And a good way to end this first half, as it was Medina taking it down the field on a 4th and goal from the 26. They got the touchdown pass from Gillespie to Morona, and you sat there and you said, well, presumably they're going to go into the locker room with all the momentum. That's not what happened. Instead, Euclid, before halftime, puts together a terrific drive, capped off by the 24-yard field goal by Bey, and it's the Panthers who have the lead at the half, 16-14. As the Medina band gets set up and ready to go here, we'll let you enjoy that. We'll be back with you for the second half coming up. Again, your halftime score, it's Euclid 16 and Medina 14. Enjoy halftime, everyone.
Performing at the University of Akron's Infocision Stadium and Revere High School. We start tonight with the opening of their show, A Night in Havana. Sit back and enjoy.
Hey, how good Delaney Walker's going to be 14. Next defense going to be 14
with our Night in Havana show. Here is the popular Cuban tune and anthem of the Cuban people, Guantanamera.
No, I mean, like, his verses of his house say, like, pile up. It's like, he does the same thing. And so,
Medina percussion section with a tune called CC Conga. Now it's time for a big homecoming tradition, the trombone chopper. song we're going to play tonight has become a marching band anthem of sorts. Here is Long Train Runnin' with a little band member grooving.
Right.
Now he's
time. Kyle Chemansky. Field goal is good, giving him a filet sandwich every week for a year.
All right, we welcome everybody back inside the press box here at Ken Duke Stadium as we get ready for the second half. Dave DeNatale with you as we get things readjusted here. Hope you enjoyed the Medina Marching Bees there. One of the better bands that you'll see anywhere in Northeast Ohio. Let's see here if we can get this right. There we go. There we go. It is 16-14 in favor of the Euclid Panthers, as they were able to get a field goal right before halftime when it looked like Medina was going to go into half with all the momentum, and not so much. I mean, that was a terrific drive that really didn't take a lot of time off the clock, and it got down to the 7-yard line. They couldn't get the touchdown, so Jeff Rotsky decided to go ahead and just kick the field goal and not leave points on the field, and sure enough, that's where we stand. Already some finals, as again, we started 30 minutes after just about everybody else did, so we're already getting a couple of finals in. Menor beat Elyria tonight 73-0. Now, what's significant about that, besides the fact that it was just a rout, congratulations to the great Steve Trevisano, his 200th career victory as the head coach of the Pioneers in his final year at Menor. Just continuing to rack up the accolades. And Tyler Carey was telling us this week I hope you had a chance to listen, and it's on our page at WKYC.com. It's also on our YouTube, our high school Game of the Week preview, that some national publications have Menor right around the top 10 in the nation in high school football. And as these impressive wins continue to mount, and the competition's going to get tougher in the Greater Cleveland Conference. Who knows if they can even get higher? But congrats to Coach Triv on the 200th victory tonight, 73-0. It was Menor over Elyria. Kirtland shut out Cuyahoga Heights tonight. Tiger Laverty and company, 31-0. That was I want to say, and I could be wrong, but I believe Heights won that game last year at their place. So a bit of a revenge game and a big win for Kirtland. Brunswick has rallied to grab the lead on Solon, 22-19 in the fourth quarter. Also in the fourth, Strongsville has taken the lead on Shaker Heights, 23-22. As I said earlier, Brunswick, Strongsville play each other next week, and that will be one of our WKYC.com Game of the Week nominees. Just keep that in mind as you're thinking about where you'd like to send us next week. We may be over at Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium, the way things are going. Wadsworth has rallied, and they have taken the lead on Hudson, 28-27. That's in the third quarter, and it's gotten a little bit tighter up at Jerome T. Osborne Stadium as Cleveland Heights leads Lake Catholic, 21-16, playing their game up in Menor. We are about a couple minutes away here from getting started. Teams starting to make their way back on the field. There was only one band performance. No band performance from Euclid tonight. So that's why we're kind of, as we get started here, we're a little bit earlier coming out of this here, but the two teams are starting their stretching now. The other two games that are going to be our nominees for the WKYC.com Game of the Week for this coming week for you to vote on. We will have one of them being, in addition to Strongsville at Brunswick, the other two games, you've got Chardon at Mayfield. And it's just, that's another high-quality matchup. And Mayfield especially is off to a terrific start. And Chardon, always when you start getting in the conference play and Suburban League action, I mean, that's really when you start to see Mayfield really and Chardon pick things up a little bit. Or in the CVC and everything. So you've got that game, and also you've got, speaking of Lake County, we mentioned earlier, I've always wanted to do this game. I've never had a chance to go up and call it, but might get it, depending on the vote. East Lake North at Willoughby South. Both of those teams are 2-1 off to great starts, and that would certainly be a fun game for us to do as well. Meanwhile, the Indians lead the Phillies 4-2 as they play in the top of the 7th at Progressive Field. It's the final home series of the year for the Tribe. They'll play at the White Sox and then at the Nationals to end the year. The Indians start play tonight in a tie with the Rays for the second wild card spot in Major League Baseball. And as I mentioned that, the Rays are currently trailing at home to the Red Sox 2-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Both those teams are chasing the Oakland A's, who will not play until later tonight. But the Indians with an opportunity, if they can hold the lead, and they've got 2 outs in the top of the 7th with Shane Bieber still on the mound. If they could hold the lead and win that game and the Red Sox can help out, the Indians would grab a 1-game lead over the Rays for that final wild card spot with 8 games to go in the regular season. It's going to be a fun finish for the Indians. It's a pennant race. It's exactly, hey, you'd like to win the division. They'd won it in 2016, 2017, and 2018. You'd hope that they could do one more division win, and then you don't have to worry about the wild card. You don't have to worry about winning one game to get into the postseason and all that, but that's not the way the Indians are going to do it this year, and it's going to be, they're going to need to ride out the wild card, get in there, and hopefully then win that wild card game and advance to the division series. So that'll be fun. And then, of course, everybody in Cleveland in Northeast Ohio is electric thinking about the Browns and Sunday Night Football, which I will remind you, you can watch Sunday Night Football on Channel 3. We'll start our coverage at 7 o'clock, but it's the Browns and the Rams at First Energy Stadium, and it's going to be a special night. It's the Browns back on Sunday night for the first time since 2008. Clay Matthews gets inducted into the Ring of Honor during the game. I mean, it's just going to be a special night, and it's going to be a great night in Cleveland. So, and the Indians, by the way, will be playing the Phillies for Sunday Night Baseball at the same time. So, I mean, you know, where else would you rather be? I mentioned this, I think, the other night with Jim Donovan. This is why you love fall in Northeast Ohio this time of year, because, you know, we get it all started every Friday night with a great high school football game right here, of course, on WKYC.com, as well as the rest of our social media platforms. And then, of course, you've got college football tomorrow, you've got the NFL and the Browns on Sunday, and then you're mixing in the Indians with a pennant race. It's a fun time to be a sports fan in Northeast Ohio. It really is. It really is. Some great high school football, not just here in Medina with our game tonight, but going on all across the area this evening. Medina, by the way, they won the toss and deferred, so they will start the second half getting the football. And it's going to be interesting because we saw both of their quarterbacks get reps in the first half. Gillespie threw a touchdown pass on that 4th and goal at the 26 as he threw the touchdown pass to Maruna. Drew Aller saw some significant time, played a couple series, and he threw a touchdown pass to Luke Hensley. So both quarterbacks with a TD toss here tonight. Euclid got their touchdowns. They started the game on their opening drive, took it down 80 yards, 50 of them on the first play on a run by Jabir Mujahid. And then it was Mujahid taking it in from 4 yards out. Extra point was blocked. That made it 6-0. And then on Euclid's second offensive possession, it was Deon Valentine, their quarterback, with a plunge from just over a yard out. That made it 13-0. That's where we stood until Medina got on the board finally in the second quarter with those touchdown passes. With 57 seconds to go, Medina had a 14-13 lead, and you just thought that Euclid was going to be content to, especially starting, I believe, around their own 11-yard line, they were going to be contentious to eat the football and go into halftime down a point. But a run by Mujahid, a pass to Shawn Ivory, set him up for the field goal by Mamadou Bey from 24 yards out. And that's where we stand now, 16-14 in favor of the Panthers, as Bey has it teed up and ready to go. He'll kick it off to Jawan Jackson and the rest of the Battling Bees. 2 quarters to go here at Ken Duke Stadium. 3-0 Euclid, 3-0 Medina. 16-14 in favor of the Panthers as we are off and running. Jackson with the catch at the 1-yard line. Runs middle of the field, cuts to his right at the 10, gets to the 15, across the 20, still on his feet, and finally brought down at about the 26-yard line. So a pretty good run back from Juwan Jackson. And we'll see
Juwan Jackson, the ball carrier.
Who's going to start at quarterback here in the second half for the Battling Bees. It looks like it's going to be Ryan Gillespie. And as I said, part of the reason why you need another quarterback in there, I mean, Gillespie's averaged throwing the ball 50 times a game in the first 3 games because Medina doesn't run the ball. And so sometimes you just give the quarterback a break just so his arm doesn't fall off as Gillespie goes to work on first down. From the 26, he throws, and it's incomplete through low for his intended receiver, Evan Story. Over on the left side, Story covered by Andre Tillman, and it'll be second down and 10. Just getting in the second half underway.
Sincere Pope on that coverage.
The, I don't know, they're mosquitoes, not midges, but we've had some flying bugs here in the press box early in the second half as Gillespie pops it over the middle. Pass is caught. Maroon has got it, and it'll be a first down as he rolls down to the 38-yard line. Nice strike that time by Ryan Gillespie. And that's a gain of about 12 and a first down for the Battling Bees. And good to see, by the way, Matt Spatty, who was shaken up on that last touchdown drive for the Battling Bees. He is back in there playing on a slot left side as Gillespie looks left, throws left, and that one is incomplete at the 40-yard line, going for Maruna again. And he was pretty well covered by Javel Woods. Second down and 10. Yeah, it's not I think Medina has run the ball about a half dozen times tonight. Spatney doing most of it. I think Gillespie had a couple of quarterback keepers. As he looks to throw, fires one, has a man there, but it is going to be, I believe, intercepted at the 39-yard line. It is, as it was up for grabs between Jaquan Phillips and Jacob Donoski, and it was Phillips who got the edge and got the interception, his first of the season, and it will be first and 10 Panthers at their own 39-yard line. Just a good job of maneuvering by Phillips, who gives up about 7 or 8 inches on Donoski, but he had the angle and stepped in front to make that interception. So that's our first turnover of the game. That's Gillespie's 4th interception of the season. And Euclid will take over on offense here.
Again, great thanks to Medina Lodge 58 of Freemasons for donating $600.
Deon Valentine will bring the Panther offense on the field. And Valentine does a good job operating this offense. You know, it's an offense that's known primarily for running the football, with Meucci, of course, doing the lion's share of the work. Not all him, but doing a lot of it. But Valentine does a good job with fakes and moving out of the pocket. And he's got Shawn Ivory as his go-to man. Under center, Valentine on first down on a quick drop. Fires left side, the pass is deflected and incomplete. And Noah Nunn has yet another pass breakup. That's his 3rd of the year from his defensive end spot. He's 6'4", with long arms. He may as well be a 7-footer when you try to throw around him. And it'll be second down and 10. 2 receivers now on the far side for the Panthers. One on the near side is Armand Scott. I formation in the backfield. Second and 10. Valentine going to keep and run as he was flushed. He runs to the 45, gets to the 50, and he'll have the first down before he's wrestled down by Jason Peters and Nathan Spatney. But that's a first down run by Deon Valentine. Coming into the game, Valentine, because of losses primarily, carried the ball just 10 times for just 16 yards with a touchdown. He's got a touchdown run tonight, but he can run, and that time he recognized that he had some pressure coming in from Nunn to his left, but he had an alley open to the right, and he gets the first down. Again, out of the eye, Valentine's going to throw, pressured up front, and he tries to get away, can't do it, and he is brought down by Dorian Boylan back at the 48-yard line with a probable holding penalty going to be tacked on as well. That's Boylan's 2nd sack of the season. Just did a great job of going low and grabbing the legs of Valentine and not letting him break free. And that is a holding call against the Panthers' offensive line. So it'll stay first down. But that sack with the penalty tacked on moves the ball all the way back from the Medina 48 to the Euclid 37-yard line. So now you got to get to the 38-yard line of Medina for a first down. And Valentine bumped into one of his backs as he went back to throw. Pass is caught. Jalen Morris has it, and he takes it back near the original line of scrimmage, close to the 50. They'll mark him down at the Panther 49. That's a gain of 12 on 1st and 25. I think Morris collided with Valentine initially on the play as they'll go on the ground. Here comes Mujahid. He has some room to the 35-yard line and a first down as Jabir Mujahid takes it. Actually, they'll spot him at the 36. But that is a gain of 17 and a first down for Jabir Mujahid. He's well over 100 yards for the game. And that's a first down out of a 1st and 25 situation for the Panthers. They now have it at the Medina 36. Valentine looks to throw, pumping once. Now he'll throw to the near side. Pass caught at the 26-yard line. It's Armand Scott, and he'll be put down right about at the 25-yard line. And a gain of 11, but a good job by Scott and a good job by Valentine to read his progression. Didn't have his deep man open after he pump faked and went to his safety valve, Scott, and he gets the first down. Take what the defense gives you. So they'll move it actually ahead to the Medina 45-yard line. We'll get some more scores here from Tyler Carey coming up. Actually, no, it's going to be Jones getting the carry. Savion Jones will be brought down inside the 25 at about the 23-yard line. And about 3 on the pickup. Nolan Nunn among those on the stop. And it's going to be 2nd down and about 8. Valentine under center, I formation to the backfield, fake handoff. He looks to throw, has time, lofts one, end zone, caught, touchdown, Euclid Panthers. Over there on the far side was Shawn Ivory, and a terrific job by Deon Valentine to buy time and wait for Ivory to get open. It's for Deon Valentine, his 8th touchdown pass of the year from 23 yards out. For Shawn Ivory, it's his 3rd touchdown catch, and the Panthers stretch out their lead now to 22-14. But I got to tell you, Valentine just does a great job of extending the play and allowing his man to get open, and he throws a pretty deep pass. Extra point is up, and Mamadou Bey pounds it through.
Point is good.
And it's now Euclid 23 and Medina 14 with 8:52 to go in the 3rd quarter. This has been a game of runs. Euclid scored the first 13 points. Medina then with 14 unanswered, and now 10 in a row by Euclid. And they lead 23-14. All right. More finals coming in. And the aforementioned, how about this? We were all getting ready for the Civil War. We're all thinking about going up to Lake County, and I'm still excited about this. But both Willoughby South and East Lake North lost tonight. Now, for East Lake North, you can understand. They had to run into the buzzsaw that's known as Kenston, and North lost 45-7. Kenston's going to do that just about everybody this year that they play. They're that good. But Willoughby South edged by Madison 24-21. But that's still going to be one of our Game of the Week nominees, and even though both teams are 2-2, it's a great battle, and it's great to have both those teams playing better than what we've seen in previous years. Strongsville, Brunswick, and Chardon, Mayfield will be the other games on our list of nominees. But that's next week. We've got a long way to go in this one. Mamadou Bey will kick it off to Jawan Jackson. As Euclid suddenly back in the lead now by 9. As this one will be a line drive. Jackson had to go through his fingers out of bounds, or out of the end zone, I should say, and it will be a touchback. I mean, that had RPMs on it by Bay, and then it had a little sinking action on it too. It's like a knuckle curve or something. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Battling Bees at their own 20 as they've got to go back to work offensively, down by 9 points.
20-yard line.
Ryan Gillespie will have Matt Spatty in the backfield with him. And they'll go trips now to the right, one receiver left. 1st and 10. Fake to Spatney. Nope, they'll give it to Matt. He's got it at the 20. Runs left side to the 25 and out to the 26. Had everybody fooled there momentarily, including yours truly. And it's a gain of about 6 as Tyon Parks over there on the far side to make the tackle. 2nd and 4.
Matt Spatty, the ball carrier. Savion Jones stopping him, along with Tyon Parks.
So 2nd and 4. Here's Gillespie, this time with an empty backfield. Has time, he throws, and the pass is broken up and incomplete right at the first down marker at the 30-yard line. Was looking for Luke Hensley, I believe. No, take that back. That was Jacob Donoski, and Andre Tillman busted it up. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. And the one thing Medina doesn't want to do after giving up that touchdown is have the offense go on a 3-and-out here. 3rd and 4, Gillespie. Plenty of time. Fires, pass incomplete at the 30-yard line. Oh, had a man there and put it right in his hands. It was Matt Spatty streaking towards the sideline and just couldn't pull it in. It's incomplete, and the punt team will come in on 4th down. But as I said, in a game that feels like oftentimes it's going to be a shootout, the one thing you don't want to do is give a very hot Euclid team the football right back, as Ivory will go in single safety at his own 40-yard line to wait for the punt from Indrusik. Strongsville will stay unbeaten, by the way, as they get a hard-fought win at Packatan Stadium, as there will be a timeout taken by Euclid.
Timeout called by the Panthers.
That's their first, the first of either team here in the second half with 8:12 to go here in the third quarter. 23-14 Euclid. Strongsville's 4-0 at Packatan Stadium tonight. They beat Shaker Heights 31-25. It's a good win for the Mustangs, heading into the showdown with Brunswick next week. And that one, certainly it's about bragging rights. Those are two bitter rivals, Strongsville and Brunswick, but the way this Greater Cleveland Conference is shaping out, every game is going to matter here, and it's also certainly for playoff positioning as well. Just wondering why they needed a timeout there if they didn't have all their punt team players in there, as I assume would be the reason why, because it doesn't, Medina's not showing any symptoms here that they were going to try to fake it, as they've got the punt team in. It's a low snap, and as Indrusik gets that low snap, we've got whistles and flags.
Touching his knee to the ground, the officials have ruled that he downed it.
Oh, okay. I just saw that punt, that snap went on the ground, and I guess when Indrusik went and got it, they'll say basically it's more or less he downed it.
I don't have an announcement up
is
here.
What the call is.
I'm guessing that's the alumni cheerleaders.
So it's going to be Euclid football inside the Medina 15. That is a costly error by the Medina special teams. Just a low snap, and they'll say he downed it. Wow. It was one of those I would love to see it again. I don't have instant replay up here, but that's crazy. And now Euclid up 9, threatening for more here. As on 1st down, Valentine rolls left, looking, now throws back right, back of the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Euclid Panthers. Valentine does it again. This time it's Armand Scott making the touchdown catch. That one from 13 yards out, and Euclid opens up now a 29-14 lead. And again, Deon Valentine's ability, rolls left, looks left, stops, reverses, and throws back right. And not only it's an accurate throw, but when you do that, you've got to have a strong throw, because obviously you're throwing across your body. But he had enough on it to get it there, and Armand Scott able to out-wrestle the B defender to make the touchdown catch. Here's Bay for the extra point. It's up. It is good. 8 minutes exactly to go here in the third quarter, and Euclid now with 17 unanswered points to open up a 30-14 lead. And the miscue on special teams is absolutely killer. It took Euclid one play after getting the ball at the 13-yard line. It took one play for them to punch it in. And then, of course, you get the extra point by Mamadou Bai, and that's it. Tell you what, we are getting infested here in this. You might see me moving bugs away. We're getting infested in here. I don't know if they're mosquitoes or midges or what they are. Tyler Carey asked me if I brought bug spray. I didn't. I feel like Jabba Chamberlain right now. But this is my first visit to the press box here at Ken Duke Stadium, and it is a beautiful facility. Really, it's top notch from the stadium turf. They've got 2 terrific press boxes. It's a great facility and a great place to watch a high school football game. Bugs or no bugs, as Mamadou Bey kicks it off, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. And it'll be Mamadou Bey, I should say, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line as Jackson will down it there. And Medina really, we mentioned it before the punt. The last thing they wanted to do was go 3 and out after Euclid scored a touchdown on their opening drive of the quarter. They go 3 and out, and then the miscue on the punt, where they say Andrasic basically downed the ball back at the 13-yard line, and then on the very next play, Valentine throws to Scott for a touchdown, and suddenly Euclid's down, or Medina's down by 16 points. Long way to go, but the Battling Bees have a lot of work to do on first down. They'll give the ball to Matt Spatty, and Spatty will cross the 20 and take it out near the 24-yard line. Just if anything, just to kind of soften up Euclid's defense a little bit and maybe give some space for Ryan Gillespie to throw. LaRon Parks made the tackle for the Panthers. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. This time it's an empty backfield, 3 receivers right, 2 to the left, as Gillespie is set to throw. He looks left. He throws over the middle. Pass is caught at the 40-yard line, and still on his feet, dragging would-be tacklers, goes to the 47. It's Jacob Nanoski, the 6'6", 200-pound senior, gets a first down, and we'll call that a pickup of 22 yards.
Pass complete to Jacob Nanoski.
Move it to make it 23. They'll mark it at the 47-yard line. He's such a, if you get it to him in space like that, he's such a tough target to bring down. As Gillespie throws again, this time to his left, and it's incomplete at the 39-yard line, intended for Kyle Maruna, and he overshot him. Gillespie doesn't look as comfortable throwing that kind of a pass over a cross from right to left, and it wouldn't have mattered if it would have been a deadly accurate pass because there's a penalty against Medina, personal foul. And this has been a problem also for both teams, penalties at inopportune times tonight. You had the ball at your own 47 with momentum, and then a 15-yard penalty will move it all the way back to your own 32. So instead of being 1st and 10, it's now 1st and 25. Here's Gillespie, back to work, sets up a middle screen, and it's dropped at the 30-yard line. Incomplete. As he threw it in the direction of Drew Hensley, and Hensley just not able to pull it in. It was a couple of extra RPMs on that fastball. But Drew Hensley not able to pull it in. 2nd and 25. Yeah, you're looking now, if you're Medina, you want to get 10 yards, 13 yards, something like that. Just in chunks here as Gillespie will go for a home run ball, throwing left side, and in double coverage, it's incomplete. And fortunate not to be intercepted as a couple of Panthers trying to go for the ball ran into the coaches, and Cameron Smith was one of them, and he's slow to get up, but he's okay. Smith and Tillman were on coverage of Kyle Maruna, the intended receiver. They were trying to get all the yards back on that play, but the problem with that now is it's 3rd and 25, and if you don't get the first down here, then you're really putting your defense up against it here. 3rd and 25. Here's Ryan Gillespie, rolling left, under pressure. Hit as he throws. The pass deflected at the 50-yard line and incomplete as it was knocked away by I think that was Tion Parks, who knocked it away. And the intended receiver was Nanoski. 4th down, punting situation for the Battling Bees. This has been since the 57-second mark of that second quarter when they took a 14-13 lead. The Panthers have absolutely roared back, got the field goal before halftime, and back-to-back touchdowns here in the second half. As Andrzejczyk will run to his right and then get the kick away, driving Ivory back inside the 30, and he makes the catch at the 27-yard line. Andrzejczyk just kind of ran with it, and yeah, obviously on 4th and 25, he's not going to fake it, but he gave himself some room to kick it away, and it kind of confused Ivory there for a moment, but he was able to make the catch. Nice job by Shawn Ivory, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their own 29-yard line. Bay Rockets knock off Valley Forge today. That's a big win for the Rockets, 22-19. Bay overcame an early 12-0 deficit, and they picked off a Valley Forge pass with less than 2 minutes to go, so knocking Valley Forge from the ranks of the unbeatens. That's back-to-back good wins from Bay. They beat Elyria Catholic last week in a revenge game from last year, in a game that we had last year. And then tonight, they get the victory against a very good Valley Forge team. First down, here's a reverse to Duckworth, back at his 20, runs forward to the 25 to the 30. Duckworth cuts inside to the 35 and goes out of bounds at the 36. It's about 8 yards on the pickup from Marquise Duckworth. And it'll bring up a second down and short. But that's something we haven't seen yet from Jeff Rotsky's offense, is they'll go out of the I quickly, and then they go basically in the I formation. They go as if they're going to snap the ball, and then Deon Valentine gets the play call in and then calls it out to the rest of his team. Second and short, on the ground they'll go. Mujahid has it, and Mujahid gets a first down and some more as he'll cross midfield and take it to the 49-yard line of the Battling Bees. That's 15 yards for Jabir Mujahid, and another first down for the Euclid Panthers. And you get the feeling now, with under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, Euclid feels like they can seize full command of this football game. They're up 30-14. They have scored 17 unanswered points. As Armand Scott is out wide right, Ivory goes wide left. And Valentine wants to throw. Flushed, rolls right at the 50. He'll run. He gets to the 45. Valentine first down to the 40, 35-30, 25-20, and out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Deon Valentine picks up. We'll see where they mark this. It's about a 35-yarder on that run.
Gain about 45 yards.
And they will mark him down at the 16-yard line. Yeah, Valentine can beat you with his arm. He can beat you with his legs. And the Panthers now set up 1st and 10 at the Medina 16-yard line. And again, we have a long way to go, but you feel like they get a touchdown here and go up by 21. You feel like they're about to throw a knockout punch. And here comes Mujahid. He runs left side, all kinds of room, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Jabir Mujahid. 16 yards out. That's his second touchdown of the night. And as we mentioned a moment ago, Euclid now leads 36-14. A 22-point lead for the Panthers. And this Medina crowd that had been festive on homecoming, especially in the second quarter when the Bees took the lead, have now fallen silent here. Mamadou Bey for the extra point. It's up, and Dubai puts it in. 37-14, courtesy of the young man from Senegal on the extra point. But Deon Valentine did a lot of the work on that drive with his legs, setting up the touchdown run to Mujahid. 37-14 in favor of Euclid. At one point, again, with 57 seconds left to go in the first half, Medina held a 14-13 lead. But it has been all Panthers since then. And you get the feeling, just that little drive right before halftime, when everybody kind of thought, well, you know, they're inside their own 15-yard line, not much they can do. They got a run to Mujahid that got them near the 40-yard line. Valentine passed to Ivory, got them deep into Medina territory, and then another pass to Ivory set them up at the 7-yard line. They kicked the field goal and have never looked back since. Mamadou Bai will kick it off. And it is a 23-point lead now, as this one's going to go to the end zone and a touchback. And that's another weapon, by the way. When you can make your opponent start at the 20 every time, and Mamadou Bai can do that with the way he kicks, that's something else. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Battling Bees. And there's 5:13 to go in the third quarter, so you got 17 minutes to go. There's plenty of time. Larry Laird has called his entire roster to the 40-yard line before the offense goes in. And he is absolutely trying to fire up his team right now, knowing that this is a critical juncture in this game. His team cannot afford to go down by any more points, and they've got to find a way to put some scores on the board here. Speaking of scoreboard, unintentional segue, but we'll take it. Brunswick and Solon have been going back and forth. The Blue Devils now with the lead on the Comets, 29-26 with 2 minutes to go. Tyler Carey tells me that Solon has the football. But that might, if Brunswick can hold that lead, they would be at 4-0, facing 4-0 Strongsville next Friday night at Brunswick Auto Mart Stadium. 1st and 10 at the 20 now for the Battling Bees. Gillespie to the air, and pass is caught at the 35-yard line, and going out of bounds at the 40 is Kyle Maruna. They tried that pass earlier in this third quarter and couldn't make the connection. That time Gillespie right on target. It's a gain of 19 and a first down for the Battling Bees. Yeah, conversely here, if Medina could put a touchdown on the board here and do it quickly, you feel like they're right back in this thing here. Gillespie over the middle. That one's incomplete, trying to get it over to Evan Story in heavy traffic, and it's incomplete. Javale Woods over there on the coverage.
Pass intended for Evan Story.
It's a tough catch, but that's one that you'd probably want to see Evan make that catch. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's been all Euclid since late in the first half. They now lead Medina 37-14 here at Ken Duke Stadium. 2nd and 10. Gillespie on the shotgun. Fires over the middle. Pass caught right at the 49-yard line. And then losing the football is Jacob Donoski. A flag goes down. Euclid's got the football, but I think the flag, somebody went up high and got Donoski in the head. And I think that's probably going to nullify what would have been a fumble recovery for Euclid. At least we've got a good vantage point here. I'm guessing that's going to be the call, and I'm not actually convinced that they're not going to say Nanoski was down anyway. But we'll check on the flag. From our vantage point here, I would think it would be a personal foul against the Panthers. Four of the 5 officials are discussing here, and it is personal foul. Blow to the head against Euclid. My eyes didn't deceive me there. So they're going to march this baby forward.
Personal foul called against Euclid.
And they're going to put this down at the 46-yard line of the Panthers, which leads me to believe they called that last play an incomplete pass, which makes sense. But that is a blow to the head, and it's an automatic first down for the Battling Bees now in Euclid territory at the 46. Gillespie has Spatty to his left, and he'll keep it himself with some room to the 45. Falls forward to the 40 and down near the 39-yard line. Follow behind his right tackle, A.J. Colts. And Ryan Gillespie picks up close to 7 on first down. Cameron Smith over on the tackle. 2nd and 3 against Spatney. Will stay next to Gillespie, who wants to throw. He'll loft one deep right side. Pass deflected and incomplete and almost intercepted, as Tyon Parks nearly able to come away with that interception. I think it was intended for either O'Dear or I think it was intended for O'Dear. But it's incomplete. Or Hensley. Actually, take that back. 3rd and a long 2, close to 3. Ball just inside the Euclid 40-yard line. Here's Gillespie being blitzed. Fires left side, has a man open and makes the catch at the 15 with a flag down. Inside the 15, down to the 14 goes Jacob Dinoski, and somebody for Euclid grabbed onto Dinoski's jersey. It was obvious up here it was going to be a penalty against the Panthers, but Medina will happily decline the penalty and take the first down gain on a beautifully thrown ball from Gillespie to Dinoski. And they're going to mark this. Where are they going to put this football? Inside the 10. They'll mark the penalty with the gain, and the ball will go to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal from there. 1st and goal, battling Bees. Trying to gnaw into this deficit. Gillespie gets the shotgun snap. Hands it left side. Here's Spatty. Breaks the tackle. Falls into the end zone. Touchdown on a beautiful run by Matt Spatty. What a run by Spatty, the 215-pound sophomore for the Battling Bees. That's a fine piece of running when it looked like he was going to be brought down at the 5-yard line. And it is now 37-20, and I think Larry Laird wants his team to go for 2. Yes. It's 37, so the lead is 17. I don't know necessarily why you would want to go make it 15 points right here, but coaches are smarter than I am when it comes to this kind of stuff. So we'll just go ahead and call it for what it is. Here's the 2-point attempt. Gillespie gets the snap, pops it over the middle. It is incomplete, looking for Spatty. And the 2-point conversion is unsuccessful, but a much-needed touchdown for the Medina Bees with 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. So the one thing you can say for Medina, they scored after Larry Laird basically lit into the entire roster before that drive started, but they didn't take long to get a touchdown. They're still, it's a 3-score deficit. It would have been 2-score deficit with 2-point conversions if they had gotten it anyway. I mean, there's still a long way to go, but that's a much-needed touchdown by the Medina Bees. And they took advantage of some penalties, but Ryan Gillespie also threw the football very well on that drive, too. And Jacob Dinoski was the receiver for a lot of them, and then Spatty gets his first touchdown on that run. Now, this is something you don't see every day. Oh, 50-50 raffle. Let's see. I actually got a 50-50 raffle ticket, but I didn't win. I have to thank, by the way, my man Mike Case from Spectrum for spotting me the cash for the 50-50 raffle. I would have split it with you, Mike. No problem. Clarkson, a team from Canada, Clarkson Football North from Ontario, beat Lorraine 32-22. The game had to be called by the officials tonight at George Daniel Stadium in the 3rd quarter after both teams got into a fight following a Titan touchdown. That's unfortunate.
It is a red ticket, 865.
That it got that bad. There's an onside kick by Medina, but it's going to be recovered by Euclid at the 38-yard line. We were all thinking about fights at Lorraine Stadium and 50-50 raffles, and Medina almost snuck an onside kick in there, but it was recovered, I believe, by Jaquan Phillips. So good field position for the Panthers, who lead by 17, 37-20, with 3:49 to go in the 3rd quarter. They'll mark the football at the Euclid 37. So now, Larry Laird got some life out of his offense after his pep talk. Can his defense put up a stop here and give the football back to his offense with plenty of time to go in this football game? 3:49 to go in the 3rd quarter. Jabir Mujahid in the backfield, following behind fullback Rasheed Evans. And the I formation. And they give the ball to Mujahid. And he'll cross the 40. Nolan Nunn will bring him down at the 41-yard line. That's a gain of about 4. 2nd and 6.
Of the 50-50. Steve Clifford
And
of Medina.
somebody won the 50-50 raffle that I guess had been a holdover as Mujahad gets to carry again. Mujahad will run to about the 42, maybe the 43. It's a gain of about 2. It'll be 3rd and 4. That 50-50 raffle had been a holdover from last week's game that was storm delayed against Wadsworth and nobody had won. So it was a pretty big jackpot. And the score here to pass along in a moment was a heartbreaker for the Brunswick Blue Devils. Pat McQuaid with a touchdown pass to Grant McCurry with 8 seconds to go. And Solon knocks off Brunswick 33-29. Great ball game from tonight. As that snap is dropped, as the flag goes down as well, Valentine, I think, pounced on it. It was a 3rd down and 4. But let's check on the flag. Dead ball, false start against Euclid.
Against the Panthers.
So that instead of 3rd and 4, it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9. So next week it'll be 3-1 Brunswick hosting 4-0 Strongsville. I don't care what the records are. That's going to be a great ball game the way these two teams are playing. But after that penalty, it's a costly penalty from Euclid. Now it's 3rd and 9. The ball goes back to the Panther 38. Shotgun out of the pistol for Valentine. He gets the snap, has time, pumping once. Now he's flushed. Flag goes down back at the 30. It's probably a hold. Valentine back at the 30. And he's got to eat the football. Oh, he got hit by Nolan Nunn at the 33-yard line. And Jeff Rotsky was ready to throw his play card as he saw his quarterback get pounded there. But this is probably going to be a holding, and I would assume Medina would decline the penalty and take the football. And right now, I think everybody's just fortunate that Deon Valentine's okay. And that is indeed going to be called penalty against the Panthers, and Medina will happily decline it, bring up a 4th down in a punting situation for Euclid. So exactly what the doctor ordered for Larry Laird's defense as they get a 3 and out. Jawan Jackson drifts back into single safety inside his 30 to await the punt from Armand Scott. 2:14 and counting to go in this 3rd quarter. Euclid 37, Medina 20. And the Battling Bees about to get the football right back. Good snap, and Scott gets the kick away, end over end, and a fair catch made for and caught by Jackson at his own 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Battling Bees, with a lot of work to do still, but a lot of time, as we still have a quarter plus 2 minutes to go in this football game. We may not get out of here until midnight the way this is going, in a game that started at 7:30 because it's homecoming here at Medina High School. This is normally the time by 9:57 at night. I've already packed up and usually just about out of wherever game I'm at here. But half hour later, with two teams that have thrown the football, and this is what you get. Gillespie on 1st down, throws and a one-handed catch made for a 1st down by Luke Hensley at the Medina 47-yard line. Brilliant catch for a gain of 12. Quickly on the ball go the Battling Bees. Seeing they've got some momentum near midfield. Gillespie over the middle. Pass caught. Story's got it inside the 40. Takes it down to the Euclid 36-yard line. And another Battling Bee 1st down. They'll mark it near the 35. Boy, 2 Gillespie passes. One to Hensley, one to Story. And quickly they're on the march. Gillespie wants to throw. The left-hander with time. Now he's in trouble. He's going to be sacked back at the 39-yard line. That was a coverage sack as he just kind of ran out of room and ran out of time. And let's see who's at the bottom of the pile for the Panthers. Somebody who's not getting up. Andre Tillman was down there, but you've got an injured Euclid Panther at the 40-yard line who had helped make that sack. That's going to be a loss of close to 4, and it'll be a 2nd and 14 out of this injury timeout with $1:25 to go here in the 3rd quarter. But I don't know what Larry Laird said to his offense and said to his team during that meeting with his team, but it certainly gave new life to his offense. They executed well. They've knocked off the penalties. And they got the quick touchdown on the run by Spatty, and then their defense served up a 3-and-out. So that's exactly what you want. Both teams going to go to a knee here, and a good bit of attention is being put on the young man from the Euclid Panthers who's down at the 40-yard line after they had just sacked Medina quarterback Ryan Gillespie. And more finals coming in from the man Tyler Carey. Sorry, my crowd mic almost hit somebody. Sorry about that, guys. Don't want to do that. There we go. As let's see, Hudson edged Wadsworth tonight, 37-35. Caleb Junko with a 46-yard field goal as time expired to win the game for the Explorers. Wow, unbelievable. That's a big win for Hudson. And, you know, all of a sudden now Wadsworth, after just a tremendous start to the season, find themselves at 2-2. And a long way to go. Long way to go in the season. But that's going to be an interesting thing to watch is if they can, they've certainly got the firepower to get things turned around. But a big loss for them after losing to this Medina Battling Beast squad a week ago. I mean, as you imagine, Wadsworth had basically gone like 3 regular seasons almost without losing a game. But they have lost now in back-to-back weeks. One to Medina and now one tonight to Hudson. The attention still being given to an injured Euclid Panther player down at the 40-yard line following the quarterback sack of Ryan Gillespie. And usually when you have an injured player, there's, you know, 1 or 2 people down there. There are about 7 or 8 coaches, trainers, team doctor, etc., down with this young man. So it leads you to believe it's something that's, you know, at least at the moment of a significant thing here. I'd like to tell you the young man's name, but we just haven't been able to see it yet. 37-20. It's Euclid on top of Medina with 1:25 to go here in quarter number 3. In fact, Larry Laird is coming out to see if the young man, as a matter of fact, he's talking to Jeff Rotsky right now, and they may be bringing on some extra assistance here for the young man from the Panthers who's down. And I saw coaches Rotsky and Laird greet each other. As I mentioned, you know, both the coaches have traveled all across Northeast Ohio leading into tonight's game as head coaches. I mean, Jeff Rotsky, at one point, he was a head coach at Chanel, then at Maple Heights, then at Cleveland Heights, with a stop. I think he had 1 year he has stopped as an assistant. I think he was on the at Case Western Reserve. But Chanel, Maple Heights, Cleveland Heights, and Euclid. This is his 24th year talking about Jeff Rotsky as a head coach. His 5th at Euclid. He's made 13 playoff appearances, 1 trip to the state championship game. But he's a guy that, you know, when you hire him, he turns around a program. I mean, he did that at Maple Heights and did that, kind of set the stage for that program winning a state championship after he left, and, you know, made Cleveland Heights a significant presence in Division I, Region I. And he got Euclid to the playoffs 2015, 2016, 2017, and yes, last year in 2018. And the way they're playing right now in 2019, I wouldn't bet against them to make a playoff appearance again. There is a member of the paramedics, the fire rescue squad, that have come on the field with a stretcher to help take the young man off the field and presumably over to Medina General Hospital, which is what you hate to see. It looked like just a routine quarterback sack, but the further you go into something like this, you realize it's much more serious than that. So they'll take their time and get the injured player off the field carefully and safely. And the sportsmanship that was showed here, members of the Medina training staff were there to assist. And as we mentioned, Larry Laird has been out, headset off, standing next to Jeff Rotsky during this entire stoppage in play. And Jeff Rotsky now literally his hands at his knees with his player, just trying to comfort him and make sure he's okay as the paramedics will get him up on a stretcher, on a board up to a stretcher, and then off the field. Just a dreadful, dreadful moment here in this football game. It's been a terrific game, but as we said, an injury that you could just tell was significant by the amount of attention that was given to the young man, and we were not able to see what his number was, so I can't tell you who it is, but I can rest assured that he's being cared for in the best possible way here by members of the Euclid and Medina training staffs, and now by members of the Medina paramedic squad. 1:25 to go in the third quarter here at Ken Duke Stadium, Medina High School, as the Euclid Panthers lead the Medina Battling Bees 37-20. In a game that's seen all kinds of runs, Euclid scored the first 13 points of the game, and then 14 straight by the Battling Bees in the second quarter to take a momentary 1-point lead. It didn't last very long. The Panthers got then a field goal to close the first half, and then 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. They scored 17, is that right? 14, 17, my math's right. Actually, no, they scored 24 unanswered points. Yeah, that's right. 24 unanswered to take a 37-20 lead. I can do my math there. Or 37, actually it was 37-14. And then a few moments ago, Medina got a touchdown run from Matt Spatty to make it 37-20. They missed the 2-point conversion. But that's where we stand now. And when we resume action out of this injury break, Medina will have a 2nd and 14 at the Euclid 39. And the key is, and I have no idea what the injury is, but the key is they're taking their time. And I don't care if you're talking about a head injury, I don't care if you're talking about any kind of a broken bone, anything like that. You take your time, you're cautious, you make sure everything's immobilized, and you do everything by the book. And they're making sure the young man is hydrated, has what he needs as far as towels, and you do everything nice and slow and easy, and he'll get the attention he needs. But there are about, between Medina staff, Euclid staff, officials, and paramedics, at about where the young man is, there are about 25 bodies standing over him. So when I said he's being well cared for, he's being well cared for. And while we have the break in the action, both Ryan Gillespie and his backup Drew Aller are both warming up over on the Medina sideline, just trying to stay loose, stay warm here. This has been a stoppage of at least 10 minutes, and there'll probably be a few more here before they get him upright and onto the stretcher. He's still just on the board right now. And then to get him off the field. So smart move just to stay loose and stay ready here, as they do have the young man up and he is on a stretcher, so on the stretcher now. So that is good news, and he will be taken off the field. And Medina General Hospital is not too far away, and there are other facilities as well. So I was watching earlier just the concern of head coach Jeff Rotsky, seeing one of his players down on the field and needing a stretcher. It was something to see. The young man's being taken off, and applause from both benches and both fan bases. and remember the entire Euclid Panther roster running off the bench and running on the field to see their teammate. And that's the mark of a close-knit team. As everybody getting a chance to run over and see their brother, and I'm sure that's what the coach would say, hey, go see your teammate, go see your brother before he leaves the field, and the paramedics will take him off the field and we'll resume action momentarily. It'll be 2nd and 14 for the Battling Bees as the ball placed at the Euclid 39-yard line. And now both teams are going to get a moment here to stretch, because this has been, like you said, it almost feels like halftime when you have something like that. You know, you spend time, you're on your knee, you're down on one knee, and then you're standing, and your coach might be saying something to you, and then you're down on a knee again, and you got to get loose. So it's watching, especially the Panthers over on the far side, just try to get loose and get themselves kind of warm again and back into game mode. And officials will give them some time, because one thing you don't want to do is have something like that lead to further injuries. So everybody will get hydrated, everybody will get stretched here, and we'll resume action. Again, let's check on we'll check on the Indians. Top of the 9th now at Progressive Field. The Indians lead the Phillies 5-2. So that's good news. The problem is, and this is what happens when you scoreboard watch, I'm telling you, just when you think you're like, oh, come on, whatever team, hold on. They never hold on, right? The Tampa Bay Rays scored 4 runs, and they lead the Red Sox 4-2. That game in the top of the 9th down at the Trop. Come on, man. Jeez. But the Indians certainly are doing what they need to do tonight, and that's the most important thing. You win, and then you scoreboard watch. Oscar Mercado, 2 for 4 tonight. Carlos Santana has a couple of hits as well. And let's see. Meanwhile, Shane Bieber, 7 1/3 innings tonight, allowed 2 runs on 7 hits with 7 strikeouts. All right, back to work. 2nd and 14. Here comes Gillespie. He'll look left, and the pass deflected at the line of scrimmage and incomplete, as Ajay Cody, who was wrestled with Gavin Rodak, the left tackle. Cody, who's only 5'10", was still able to get into the line of fire there and knock it off. It is the final now. The Indians did win that game 5-2 over the Phillies, Tyler Carey tells me. So the Indians will remain no worse than in a tie for the second wild card spot in the American League. Gillespie now on 3rd and 14. Pressured. Hit as he throws. Pass caught at the 24-yard line for a first down by Jacob Nanoski in heavy traffic. Over there on the left sideline, Javel Woods pushed him out of bounds, but that's a first down pickup. Oh, man, they needed 14. And let's see, where are they going to mark this baby? Let's see, I think at the 24, 25? Right at the first down marker. It was right at the 25-yard line. Wow. A terrific throw by Gillespie as he was in heavy traffic there. And a first down for the Battling Bees. As Medina back to work. Here's Spatty, gets the carry. Actually, it's not Spatty, it's O'Dear. O'Dear takes it inside the 15, and Dylan O'Dear will be marked down at the 12-yard line. That's his first carry of the season, but Dylan O'Dear gets him down to the 12-yard line, and they'll actually mark it at the 11. First down again. Battling Bees quick to the march. And it's O'Dear again, inside the 10. He'll take it down near the 5-yard line before he's brought down. I think Woods got him on the stop. It'll be second down. And that's about a gain of 5. So it'll be second and about 5. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. And Gillespie, flags fly as he went to get the snap. And it's going to be a false start on the Battling Bees. At that time, maybe they were a little bit too anxious. They tried to draw, Euclid, off balance there after they got the first down, and they went to a quick snap there, but maybe the second time they weren't quite ready. O'Dear Now in a kind of a pistol look, he'll stand behind quarterback Ryan Gillespie. Fake the handoff to Adair. Gillespie throws to the end zone. It's intercepted. Intercepted in the end zone. Intercepted by Javel Woods. As Euclid gets the interception. I think Story was the intended receiver, but it was Woods getting the interception for the Panthers to snuff out that drive with 29 seconds to go in the third quarter. Wow. Boy, you get a touchdown there. You would have been down 10 with the whole balance of the fourth quarter. Instead, Euclid holds on to a 17-point lead, and they take over at their own 20-yard line.
Panthers will start at their 20-yard line.
Great pick. Story was there. Just a great boom by Woods to get the interception. It wasn't a bad throw by Gillespie. Again, just give Woods credit. And now this is really where Euclid can do a lot of things here with this running game. As they'll go to Meucci on first down. He'll take it to the 25 and maybe forward to the 26. Brought down there, and that's probably going to be the final play of the third quarter. But, now the Panthers really are in the driver's seat. They've got a 3-possession lead with a quarter to go, as Euclid is going to let this clock roll down to the fourth quarter. The end of 3 here at Ken Duke Stadium. It's the Panthers 37 and the Bees 20. But now, you can really unleash Jabir Mujahid and let him follow Rasheed Evans and do a lot of damage and get Valentine going, but you still have the threat of a play action if you need it. But this really now feels like, the Panthers are in the driver's seat. As we start the fourth quarter, 37-20, Euclid on top. Just when it looked like Medina was going to claw a little closer and really give themselves an opportunity in the fourth quarter. And I'm not saying the game's over. There's still a lot of time to go, and Medina can score quickly. But that was a costly turnover for the Battling Bees. Second interception thrown tonight by Gillespie. Ball spotted right about at the 25, so they'll give Mujahid 5 on that first down pickup. It'll be second down and 5.
And a reminder to sign up for the HurtFake Insurance Red Zone for your chance to win a new 50-inch
the Panthers will go to work.
HD Smart TV.
Again, out of the I formation, Evans the fullback, Mujahid the tailback. He'll get the carry on second down, crosses the 30, gets the first down across the 35, and plunges ahead to the 37-yard line. Hunter Stratton, the safety, on the tackle for the Battling Bees. Got 2 runs from Jabir Mujahid. And quickly they go from the 20 to the 37-yard line. How about this throw from TC? Down at the Trop, the Red Sox have tied it on a Mitch Moreland homer. It's 4-4 in the top of the 9th. I really can't root for the Red Sox, but this time of year you have to, right? At the 37, Mujahid gets the carry, runs to his right, gets to the 40-yard line, and stumbles down to about the 42. I think that was Jason Peters over on the tackle for the Battling Bees. It was. But he gets about 5 on that pickup. And right now, you'll take that if you're Jeff Rotsky. If Mujahid can get 5 yards, 6 yards every carry, you're going to run clock, and you're going to really, really give yourself an opportunity to run out of here with a victory. And let me tell you, Euclid holds on and wins this thing. Back-to-back tremendous road wins in a row for this team against McKinley and here tonight against the Battling Bees. It's one thing, again, you could do it at home and you can play well at home, as Mujahid will get the carry again. He'll go to the 44 and then gets pushed back. So about a gain of 2 there to bring up a third down, and we'll call it a long 3, close to 4. It's one thing you can do it at home. But there's something else about being able to go on the road and these long trips, and it's not easy. Again, going all the way down 271 from Euclid to Medina, it's a long bus ride. And then, to make that long ride to Canton. And his kids have performed well in back-to-back weeks. Third down, again, we said a long 2, really about 3 here. Ball at the 45. Under center goes quarterback Deon. Valentine, the snap gets bobbled. Valentine's going to have to eat it back at the 36-yard line. Just when he broke out of the snap from Harold Jarvis, his center, the ball popped loose, and very fortunate just to pounce on it and keep the ball with the Panthers, but it's going to bring up a 4th down, and this time they're going to have to punt, as Armand Scott will kick it to Juwan Jackson. Fortunate break for Euclid with 9:20 to go. The one thing the Panthers did do, though, Scott gets the snap being rushed and he gets the kick away. Jackson will make the fair catch at his own 40-yard line. Is at least they ate about 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes on that drive, even though they didn't do anything with it. There's a flag down, by the way, on the far side, but they ate some clock time, and now Medina will take over, needing 3 scores to win and needing to do it in 9 minutes and 16 seconds after the interception. So the officials will talk about the flag. Let's see here. It's going to be against the Panthers, and Medina will happily decline the penalty and take the football. As they'll mark it, they'll say Jackson actually made the fair catch. I think at the 42 is where they're going to put the ball down. 1st and 10. So Larry Laird and company are looking for here is a quick score. And then we're going to be in onside mode. But first things first, you got to score.
Ball on the Bees, 42.
All right, here go the Bees. From the 42, back to throw. Gillespie looks right, throws right. It's incomplete. Throw it to Luke Hensley, and Hensley, just as he was trying to make the catch, Malachi Davis popped him. And it would have only been a short pickup anyway. 2nd down and 10 with 9:10 to play here in the 4th quarter.
On the coverage.
After the game, we'll head on the field.
Cody.
And the way this is going, talk to Jeff Rotsky, one of his players after this. 2nd and 10, low snap for Gillespie, being chased, rolls right, throws right, pass is caught. Hensley's got it, makes a nice move at the 48-yard line, but then put down there. Gain of 6, but a good job. Jaquan Phillips kept him inbound, so the clock still runs. We're under 9 minutes to go, and it'll be 3rd down and about 4. Quickly, Gillespie gets his team ready. 5 wide receivers. He's back to throw, middle screen. Hensley's got it at the 50, gets a 1st down to the 46, to the 45, and put down there at the 45-yard line of the Panthers. That's a 1st down. And that'll stop the clock with 8:38 to go to move the chains. 1st down.
Hensley, again, the receiver.
As Larry Laird signals in the play.
Malachi Davis with the stop.
2 receivers left, 3 to the right. Spatty will stand to the right of Gillespie on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Gillespie shoots one deep left side. One-on-one there. A diving catch with a flag down at the 13-yard line.
They have a flag.
I think they say the ball touched the ground. It's incomplete, as it was intended for Jacob Kazmarkak, but there's going to be a penalty flag on the field. Well, Jacob almost made a great catch, by the way. I'll check on the flag here as the Battling Bees move it down the field. Let's see here. Should be pass interference against the Panthers. I believe that's what I saw. So from the 45-yard line, we'll move it up to the 30. And it's a 1st down there.
Pass interference.
So 15-yard on the penalty and a 1st down with 8:15 to go here in the ball game.
Jacob Kazmarczyk.
Again, out of the pistol, Gillespie turns, gives to O'Day. And Dylan O'Dear, I should say, inside the 25, and O'Dear will take it down to the 23. Got about 7 on that 1st down run. Quickly, Battling Bees get to the line.
The ball carrier.
2nd down and a long 3. O'Dear stays in the block as the pass goes over the middle and incomplete. Gillespie was looking for Evan Story in heavy traffic. Kasmarkak was over there as well. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 3. 7:48 to play, fourth quarter. Euclid 37, Medina 20. Winner will go to 4-0 on the season and get a much relished and much needed first win in the Greater Cleveland Conference. Out of the pistol. Fake to O'Dear. Gillespie looks right, throws right, back of the end zone, and it's all caught, and Hensley couldn't hang on. Incomplete. I think he was trying to make sure he got 1 foot down in the back of the end zone and didn't hold on to the football. Incomplete. Oh, he was there. And I'll tell you, Gillespie, you couldn't have thrown a ball much better than that. That was a beautiful, beautiful throw. 4th down coming up. Unless, of course, there's another penalty flag, which I didn't see. There was. It's against the Medina Battling Bees, so it wouldn't have been a touchdown anyway. They got backed up 5 yards, so it's now going to be a 3rd down and 9. There's a legal motion, maybe. On 3rd and 9, Ryan Gillespie to throw. Deep over the middle. Pass caught in the 10 to the 5-yard line. Inside the 5. Story got popped. Gets back up. It'll be 1st and goal for the Battling Bees as Evan Story was drilled inside the 5-yard line. Held on. It'll be 1st and goal at about the 3. Battling Bees got to hurry. They're down by 17. 1st and goal. Gillespie turns, gives. It is O'Dear. He'll take it in for the touchdown. Dylan O'Dear, his first touchdown of the season. That one from 3 yards out. It makes it 37-26, an 11-point lead. Remember, Medina earlier in this half went for 2 and didn't get it. If they had gotten it, it would have been, I'm doing the math in my head, that would have made it, they could have gotten themselves to a 1-score range. They're still in that 2-score deficit territory. Here's the extra point by Miller. It's up and it's good with 7:30 to go. And it is now Euclid 37, Medina 27. Well, there's plenty of time. There's 7:30 to go, and the Battling Bees have all their timeouts. So you don't necessarily have to onside it here. But you better get a quick stop and get the football back if you don't. So this is going to be interesting. And you would imagine Euclid, of course, will have their good hands team in there. We saw last week over in Orange, their kicker, it was an onside, but it wasn't straight in the middle of the field like a lot of times you'll see. It was literally, he angled it all the way to the left, and it was a beautiful kick. So Ryan Miller is the one who does the extra points, but Nick West, let's see, Miller's in there now. We saw Nick West kick it off earlier, but it is Miller to kick it off. Now, Euclid's got 5 up front on their receiving team, and they're moving 2 others within about 5 yards, and now they're backing up here. So, well, this will be interesting. You got Duckworth, and also back deep, I believe that's Ivory. So let's see. Do they onsides here with 7:30 to go, or do they let their defense try to get a quick stop? 37-27 Euclid. It's an onside, and it'll go right into the arms of a Euclid Panther at the 42-yard line. Miller with a 2-hopper that went right to, that was Tyon Parks, who made that recovery. Well, so now Euclid back on offense, wanting to play some keep away here and play some ball control with a 10-point lead. I wasn't kidding. I mean, we're at 10:30. This game is 3 hours old, and we still have 7.5 to go in this fourth quarter. Might as well just bring a sleeping bag. I'll stay here. We'll play all night. Why not? All right, I formation for the Panthers, 1st and 10 at their own 42. Movement along the lines, and I think somebody may have flinched from the Panthers. Yeah, false start, and that'll back them up 5. Make it 1st and 15.
Penalty against the Panthers.
And that's the last thing Jeff Rotsky wants right now. 37-27, Euclid by 10. With 7:29 to go here in the fourth quarter. And now 1st and 15 on the ground come the Panthers. It will be Meucci. He'll take it out to the 45 to the 46-yard line. So gets back the yardage lost and then some. Got about 9 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 6. Mujahid. I don't have the official stats, but I think he's probably carried the ball about 30 times tonight. I'd give it to him 30 times myself. 6'1", 210-pound junior, or senior, I should say. 2 touchdowns on the ground tonight. He's got 6 on the season.
We'd again like to thank our platinum sponsors.
6:50 and counting to play, fourth quarter. 2nd and 6 for the Panthers from their own 46. Mujahid gets the carry to the 50, to the 48. Bulldogs this way, right to the first down marker at the B 47-yard line. Just determined inside running from Jabil Mujahid. And it's a first down. They'll mark him just shy of the B's 46. Zach Zaccaro on the tackle. But the Bees now, you're almost in this situation, you're trying to strip. You're just doing anything you can to force a turnover. Because Deon Valentine is letting the play clock run down to 1 almost every time here. And he'll do so here. Gives it to Jones, is in there now at the 45. He's to the 40. Jones to the 35. Another first down as he's taken down to the 32 before Wade Schmidt can finally bring him down. Savion Jones. You bring him in to give Mujahid a break and just get that little burst of speed there from Jones. And he gets the first down. I mean, Savion Jones plays, he spends most of his time causing havoc on defense from his linebacker spot, but when you can bring him in, it's a change of pace back. It makes life a lot easier for Jeff Rotsky and company. We're under 6 minutes to go. Euclid with a 10-point lead, and they now have the ball at the Medina 30. And they're resetting the play clock for some reason. Now we're ready to go. And then actually, I don't know why there's been a stoppage here, but precious time has come off the clock. We're still running here, 5:30, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Okay, now now there might be a delay of game here by the Panthers. Now, Valentine did get it off, barely, and they'll run on the ground. I think that was Jones again, to the 26-yard line. There just was all kinds of confusion about the play clock there, I guess. And it was Jones on the carry. Give him 4 to the 26. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Mujahid returns to the game. As we're under 5 minutes to go, and again, Euclid in no hurry here. They're letting the play clock run down to under 5 seconds every time. 4:45, 44, and the play clock now at 7 before Valentine breaks the huddle. Play clock at 3, and we've got a flag down just as the ball is snapped. False start. I'm telling you, that'll drive a coach crazy. You do everything right there, and then you have a false start. Move it back to the 31, and instead of 2nd and 6, it's going to be 2nd and 11. And that also, now the clock will run again. It momentarily stopped it. 4:30 to go here, and again, Panthers will come to the line with 8 seconds on the play clock here as Valentine barks it out here. Play clock at 3. He turns and gives Mujahid. And Javier Mujahid will take it out to the 28-yard line. Gain of 3. And it's a 2nd down. Actually, I'm sorry, make that 3rd down and 8. Excuse me. As we go under 4 minutes to go. Remember, this drive started with 7:30 to go in the game. The extra point, the onside kick was unsuccessful. And the Panthers now just grinding the clock out here. Medina has all their timeouts remaining here. And I would imagine they might use one here if Euclid can't convert this third down play. Valentine just going bubble screen, goes to Ivory, left side to the 20, first down to the 15, he's to the 10, 5, walks in, touchdown, Euclid Panthers, Shawn Ivory from 31 yards out, turns the lights out here at Ken Duke Stadium, 43-27 with 3:27 to go. It's not over yet, but you get the point. That was a backbreaker there. Deon Valentine with his third touchdown pass of the football game. Just a simple bubble screen on a 3rd and 8, and Shawn Ivory did the rest. Here's the extra point. It is up, has the distance, but fades right, no good by Mamadou Bey. So that'll keep the score 43-27. So if my math skills are right, that is a 16-point lead. It's a 2-score game still with two-point conversions. So all is not over yet here for Larry Laird and company, but I just saw him with his hat off and kind of touching his forehead, clutching his forehead. I mean, just that was a tough sequence there for the Battling Bees. And I go back to that interception right before the end of the third quarter when it looked like at the time it was going to be 37-27, and Gillespie's pass was intercepted in the end zone by Javel Woods. And it really kind of stopped that Medina momentum, and they were able to get a touchdown, but a lot of precious time had gone off the clock, and Euclid able to respond after the Medina score with a touchdown pass from Valentine to Ivory from about 28 yards out. And by the by, if the Panthers hold on to win this, it would be the first time that they've started a season 4-0 since 2006. As I look down here, and some of the fans in front of me here on the Medina side starting to head to the exits. 43-27, Euclid Panthers. Mamadou Bey will kick it off.
Kicking for the Panthers.
And Jawan Jackson back deep to receive. And Mamadou Bey was looking for a football. He's like, wait a minute. He's like, I can't kick off without a football. So the officials bring it out to him. 43-27 Panthers. It's going to be interesting to follow how these two teams do the rest of the season, having to navigate their way in this meat grinder that's the Greater Cleveland Conference. As Bey will kick it off. Jackson will make the catch at the 5-yard line. Left side to the 15. Jackson cuts to the 20, and we put down at about the 23, maybe the 24-yard line. Again, you got to deal with the Strongsvilles and the Brunswicks and the Solons. I'm not even talking about Menor here. Strongsville, Brunswick, Solon, Shaker Heights. You know, it sounds like a Liberty Ford commercial, but that you have to deal with these teams, and it's not easy. And as we've seen with a team like Solon, as good as Menor has been over the years, and as good as Steve Trevisano's teams are, and congrats again, Coach Triv, you guys 200th win tonight, as Menor shut out Elyria. But in the past, Solon has given Menor fits for whatever reason. It's a tough conference to get through unscathed. It just is. As Gillespie will go to work now. His team down 16. He throws over the middle. The pass is deflected and incomplete. We got flags down all over the place. And it might be another hit up on the head as Matt Spatty, who already took a shot earlier in this game, comes up limping a little bit. But one of the Panthers might have gotten him a blow to the head here, and I think Spatney's going to need some assistance to come off the field here. Check on the flag. The clock stops, 3:13 to go in the fourth quarter. And we've got 4 officials now discussing They moved the football to the 39, so, I mean, it's assuming it's a 15-yard penalty against the Panthers. It's just a question of what the penalty is, apparently. Personal foul. Yep, there it is. Yep, personal foul against the Panthers, 15 yards, first down. It's like we all knew what it was before the officials knew what it was. All right, clock is wound. And we are set to go. Here's Gillespie, looking right, steps up, throws down the middle, and O'Dear with a great catch at the 30-yard line of the Panthers down to the 29. That's a first down pickup as Atiba Fitz made the tackle downfield for the Panthers. Andre Tillman was down there too. First down pickup, low snap for Gillespie. In trouble, now throws one left side into the end zone, and it's incomplete, almost intercepted. And that was not one of Ryan Gillespie's better decisions there, frankly. It was in double coverage, and his man was not open. Stops the clock with 2:55 to go in the football game. He was looking for Nanoski, and of course Nanoski's 6'6", I get it, but Gillespie was in heavy traffic there. 2nd and 10 from the Euclid 29. Here's Gillespie looking, firing, incomplete over the middle. O'Dear was the closest man to the football, and Andre Tillman was covering him well. 3rd and 10 coming up with 2:51 to go. Now, the thing is here, if Medina can score and get a 2-point conversion, they'd be within 8 as they need to wind the play clock. They haven't done that. Now they have. Okay. And if they can score quickly, they have all their timeouts remaining, and they can do the onside kick. As here's Gillespie. First things first, looking to the end zone, has a man there. It is caught. Touchdown. Evan Story's got it with 2:42 to go. Medina's not dead yet. 43-33, but they have to get this 2-point conversion. 29 yards on the hookup from Ryan Gillespie to Evan Story. 43-33. 2:42 to go, and the all-important 2-point conversion. Now they get this, and we've definitely got ourselves a football game. I declared this game over after the Ivory touchdown a few minutes ago, but give Medina credit. They've marched down the field and given themselves a chance. Here's the throw to the end zone. It is caught for the 2-point conversion in the back of the end zone. I believe that was Jacob Nanoski on the catch. 43-35, Euclid by 8 with 2:42 to go. Well, now you don't necessarily have to onside it here. You can say, okay, defense, let's get field position, give me stops, I'll give you timeouts, and give us the football back with an opportunity here. So this is interesting here for Larry Laird. I mean, you could certainly onside it, and if you don't get it, you don't get it, and you still presumably will have Euclid start around their own 40-yard line. But this isn't a situation, like, again, with 3 timeouts, you don't necessarily have to onside it here. You just better, again, you better make sure you get a stop. 43-35 Euclid. Give Medina credit. They could have surrendered at any moment here in this 4th quarter. But they get the touchdown from O'Dear, and then they get the TD pass from Gillespie to Story, and now all of a sudden, it's a 1-score game. And a real interesting decision here, and it's not going to be, by the way, it's not going to be Ryan Miller. It's going to be Nick West. At least I saw West in there. I see actually both of those guys in there. So I don't know who's going to kick the football. There was an injured, if you're wondering why there was a delay, and I think we all were there for a moment, there was an injured Panther after the 2-point conversion, and he is off the field, and being tended to by the Euclid trainers. This has been a bruising game tonight. We feature one young man being taken out of here, unfortunately, by the paramedics.
Coming off the field after the injury.
All right. Tyron Parks, by the way, was the injured Panther on that last play, and he's been everywhere tonight. We've called his number quite a bit. But there's still a delay, and it's not with Parks. I don't know why there's such a delay here. We don't have our friends at Spectrum are here, but we don't have a TV timeout or anything like that here. All right. So I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. It's right now for Medina. It's Ryan Miller, but Nick West is in there as well. One of these two, and they're both in possible kicking formation. One of them could be kicking it here. I'm not sure which. But Euclid playing for the onside, and they'll boot it to the second level, and it's caught by one of the Panthers at the 39-yard line. If it was an onside, it was not a real great attempt there. 2:42 to go, but Medina still has a heartbeat, down 8. But they need a stop here. They've got all their timeouts. And an opportunity here to maybe get the ball back if they can get a 3 and out. On the flip side, Jeff Rotsky and company, all night long, when they've needed a big play, it's either been Jabir Mujahid, who's in there right now, in the eye, or they've gone to Shawn Ivory on the receiver. Mujahid gets it inside the 40. He'll cut to the 43 and down to the 45-yard line for 6-yard pickup on first down. Jabir Mujahid, the workhorse tonight. They have ridden him since the first play from scrimmage when he got 50 yards. And they have fed him all night long. Why not? Second and a long 3, close to 4. 2:20 and counting. At this point, Medina is not using a timeout. I would imagine, though, if they prevent a first down here, they would use one. 2 minutes to go. Second down and about 4. And it's going to be a keeper from Valentine, and nice job by the Bees to string it out. They faked the handoff to Mujahid, and Valentine with a keeper. He's brought down at the 46, no gain. Larry Laird immediately calls a timeout. They've got 2 remaining, but that'll set up a third down and about 3. Now, what happens if Euclid doesn't get a first down? Let's say it's 4th and 2, 4th and a yard. If you're Jeff Rotsky, do you trust your offensive line and you trust Mujahid and say, okay, go win me the game near midfield? Yeah, you might. Or do you just say, okay, let's go by the book and punt the football and let our defense win it? I don't know. I would imagine Coach Rotsky probably goes for it. So we may be in 4-down territory here, which is probably why Larry Laird didn't use a timeout after that first down play. Now, a lot of this becomes moot if Euclid gets a first down here. Minute 56 to go, 43-35 Euclid. Out of the eye, Evans the fullback. Mujahid is your tailback. Valentine under center. 3rd and 3. Feeds Mujahid, and he will not get the first down. He's brought down for a 1-yard gain at the 47. Noah Nunn leading the charge. Andrew Delac was there as well. 4th and 2 coming up. Timeout, Battling Bees. With a $1:51 to play here in the 4th quarter.
Mujahid, the ball carrier, stopped by Dorian Boylan, number 35.
And Dorian Boylan also deserves credit. And PA announcer does so. He deserved it. Because Noah Nunn kind of cleared the path, and then Boylan came over to make the stop. So it's 4th and 2. I mean, I would imagine at this point, I'd be stunned if we saw anything but Euclid going for it and saying, okay, we've come all the way here with our offense. We've come all the way with our offensive line running the ball to Jabir Mujahid. Let's go win it. They're not punting, I can tell you that. They'll stay in the eye. Again, Rasheed Evans the fullback. Jabir Mujahid is the tailback. 4th and 2 for the Panthers, trying to run it out. Valentine gives, and it's Mujahid. He will not get there. He's brought down at the 48. It is a yard short of the first down. Medina's going to take over with an opportunity with 1:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Nathan Spatty helping to lead the charge there. It's going to be, and I think there was a sideline warning just given to the Medina bench. I mean, your players are excited after that scenario, but they got to back up. But Medina looked like they were basically done a few moments ago after the touchdown pass to Shawn Ivory. I even said turn out the lights at Ken Duke Stadium. Not so fast. The Bees have life. They're 8 points down with 1:45 to go. Needing a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to equalize things. Ball at the Euclid 48. Here we go. Gillespie looking left over the middle. Incomplete. Trying to throw it to Kyle Maruna. And Javell Woods over there on coverage. The pass a little too high. 2nd and 10 with 1:41 to go here in the ball game.
Pass intended for Kyle Maruna.
And give Medina a ton of credit. When it was 43 to whatever it was at one point, 20, I lost count. I mean, you just thought the game was over, and the Battling Bees have not given up. Here's Gillespie on 2nd and 10. Deep right side, overshoots his intended target, Luke Hensley. Incomplete. Hensley covered. I've seen Tyon Parks over there. And I think Phillips was also on the coverage. 3rd and 10.
For Luke Hensley on the coverage, Malachi Davis and Jaquan Phillips.
Now it's 3rd and 10. And now you got to think, just get a first down here. 1:35 to go on 3rd and 10. Here's Gillespie. Time over the middle. Pass is caught, and then at the last moment, incomplete. A terrific play by Armand Scott. He was able to separate Jacob Donoski from the football at the last moment. Otherwise, that's a first down completion, and now Medina down to their last play on 4th down and 10 with 1:29 to go. Oh, what a beautiful play by Armand Scott. Well, the Battling Bees have been at this juncture a number of times tonight. In that last gasp moment, can they come up with another big play here to stay alive? 4th and 10. Here comes Gillespie. Time over the middle. Incomplete at the 35-yard line, intended for Evan Story. It was just a little too high on that throw. 4th down. Euclid will take over at their own 48 with 1:24 to play here in the fourth quarter. Wow. Jaquan Phillips is there on the coverage. But now, Medina down to 1 timeout left. And barring anything like a Friday the 13th moment that we saw last week in Orange, the Euclid Panthers are going to get out of here with a big win on the road. Boy, what a terrific football game tonight. As Valentine will go to a knee with 1:22 left. And Medina will apparently let the clock keep rolling here and not use that last timeout. Larry Laird's headset is now off there on the far side. 43-35, Euclid Panthers. 1 minute away from a 4-0 start. Tell you what, keep an eye on these Medina Battling Bees this year. You play like this tonight, long way to go in this season. It's a good football team. It was the 3-0 record was not a fluke. You know, but anytime you beat Cleveland Heights and Wadsworth, it's not a fluke anyway. But it's a good football team tonight. just couldn't come up with a play or two when they needed to, and the two teams are going to exchange hugs here, and that's going to end the football game. A tremendous football game in Medina comes to a close, and the Euclid Panthers come out of here with a victory. Your final score, the Panthers 43 and the Medina Battling Bees 35. For the first time since 2006, Euclid starts the year at 4-0. Tremendous football game tonight here at Ken Duke Stadium. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did bringing it to you. That's going to do it from here. I'm going to head to the field, and we will hear from Jeff Rotsky coming up in a few minutes. We'll put that interview on Twitter as well as WKYC.com, and look forward to talking to everybody next week from wherever our WKYC.com game of the week is. It's going to be hard-pressed to top this one, that's for sure. All right, for Tyler Carey, I'm Dave DeNatale. Thanks for watching and listening, everyone. Again, your final score from Ken Duke Stadium here at Medina High School. The Euclid Panthers